We're live on the internet. Welcome to Tech Talk, episode number 3742.53.
How many? We've done this a lot.
I have no idea. Dude, I know back when I did it with Jay, we were like around 140 or 150 shows, and
you and I are way.
We've been doing it a way longer than that. Mm-hmm.
It's got to be.
We got to be like up in like the 300s or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris B, my man, what's up? He said epic stream last night, dude. That was crazy. That was a crazy Twitch stream last night.
Nice.
I was just telling Aux about it.
Good.
I was telling Aux about it, man. That was crazy, dude. One dude came in, dropped 200 subs.
Woo!
200 subscriber
great,
gift subs. I was like, are you shitting me?
That's fucking cool.
No, it was baller, dude. I was so happy.
Twitch streaming myself, man. I picked up. I think the last stream I did was playing this demo of a cozy game called. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. It's either Restory or like Restory. You play like you're like in Tokyo in the 90s or early 2000s, and you have like a little window shop, and you're like fixing gadgets and stuff. That's it. Super cozy.
That actually sounds kind of fun and chill.
It's really neat. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Real fun, real cute, kind of cartoony aesthetic and stuff.
I like that. That's sweet.
Super cozy. You ever play like Car Mechanic Simulator or like PC Build Simulator?
Yeah, I have. Yep,
both. Similar sort of like mechanic, like the way you click and hold, and it undoes the screw, and you do all the little screws, and then the piece comes off, and you put it on the desk, and then you clean the different parts and stuff. And
I mean, that is kind of relaxing. Like I play.
It is. It's very relaxing.
Have you ever played Power Wash Simulator?
Yeah, same.
That's fun. Sort of Power Wash Simulator is one of those games you just get into, and you're like, oh my god, this is awesome.
I didn't get into Power Wash, but I did. House Flipper? I did House Flipper for a while.
I haven't played that one yet.
That one's pretty fun.
I want to play the one where you have to build a nuclear bomb in your backyard. I haven't played that one yet, but that looks fun.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
There's one where you have to literally build a nuke in your backyard, like step by step. You have to get your wife off the trail so she doesn't catch you. You have to build a shed in the backyard. You got to order everything off of like the Amazon and get it delivered. Like slowly build it together and shit without your neighbors finding out or the cops coming. It looked fun. It looked fun. I watched that YouTube video. I was like, this looks like something I'd play. I don't think it has a lot of replayability though, because one of those ones has a clear plot and storyline. So like once you finish it once, there's really no like better way to do it, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's see here. AuxxZillary said, "Fire took out my peer using the last of battery to watch this stream."
Oh, took out power.
Oh no! Oh, your power. Oh shit, bro.
Oh man.
Well, I'm glad you're using the last of your power to watch the stream. I can't think of anything else better to spend it on.
Thanks. There's probably something you could be.
When your power runs out, I'm sorry that you didn't use it to like call the power company.
Could have been doing better with that power, I guess. Oh man, actually, there's some good deals on those big battery packs you can get. They call them like solar generators, right? Or it's like
where it's just a really high capacity like lithium pack in like a box, right?
Big giant fucking portable battery pack, basically big one. You 500 watts and with 600 watt hour things and stuff. There's some good deals going on right now.
Really big. They get. My neighbor has two. They like hook together, and they're stackable, and they're so big. They actually have wheels and a handle. Like they're too heavy to even lift off the ground. You have to wheel them around.
They get up to like 30.
They're not cheap though. I want to say he spent like $3,000 for the two of them. Yeah. But he said it's enough power that he ran during a power outage. He ran his entire house with fridge and everything for 3 whole days, including his gaming computer and everything.
Wow,
that must have a lot of power density to be able to do that. Because my generator would burn through at least 5 gallons of gas to do that, or probably like 10 gallons of gas to do that. So if you have a lot of power outages, honestly, it's definitely worth the money, even though it seems expensive up front. Because the problem with the gas generator is if your power's off for like 3-4 days, you're burning, 5 gallons of gas at minimum a day, even with a high efficiency generator.
The one I'm looking at buying now, I'm like a little because I don't recognize the brand name, but then at the same time, there's probably like some white label.
They're almost always Honda clones. If it's a generator, and it's a no name, it's almost guaranteed. It's a battery one. Oh, gotcha.
I can't have a generator.
No, you need to know that's true. I didn't think about that. You do need to know what cells are inside of it though, because there are some shit cells you definitely don't want.
Yeah, so it's by EBL, 500 watt portable power station with 100 watt portable solar panel. Has 520 watt hours, blah blah blah. I mean, they're probably, and this is more just for like camping and shit, or if the power does go out, I can charge my phone or something,
Yeah, I've never heard of EVL, so you're kind of on your own on that one.
It popped up when I was looking. I almost pulled the trigger on this Jackery one, which I've heard a lot.
Oh, Jackery's been around forever. Yeah.
There's like Blue Eddy is another one. Anchor has a bunch as well, but they're
Anchor's good.
And like it's like, okay, do I go with the trusted brand, right?
It depends on the price difference, though. If the price difference is absolutely like astronomically huge, then it's worth it, even if it is less capacity than advertised, right? But if it's a little bit of a difference, like don't fuck with it.
No, man. The one, this EBL one, 500 watt, blah blah blah. Yep. Compared to the is call it 290, right? Yep. Round up. Compared to the 300 by Jackery, 300 watt with 292 watt hours at $500 with a 100 watt power solar panel.
So like it's like
almost half, or a little more than half. And
so if it meets its advertised rating, it's only like 10 less, right? Yeah. Power density wise. Yeah. But that's the thing. Does it meet that? Like, go read some reviews and make sure that it doesn't say that, and it fucking shuts off after half the power is gone.
Right.
Because that's the thing with some batteries. Depending on the BMS on it, some of those batteries will only let you take it down like 20%, and then they won't let you use it anymore. They'll cut you out. I do love that they come with solar panels now, though. Like most of them do. There's a big company that YouTubers advertised for a long time. They actually make a decent product. I can't remember the brand though. It's like this big gray box. It's slightly like triangular on the sides. Like it's got these angled sides. The one my neighbor has, and it has big, huge, heavy-duty honking cables on it. It has every power plug-in you could imagine. It can even run an arc welder. Like, it's crazy.
That's that's a high wattage. Like,
if you're running an arc welder, that's going to be like 2,500 or 3,000 watts. Like, you're running 220 for that. Yeah. So, and the cool thing about it is you can run the solar while you use the power. So it can charge while you're using it. Not all of them let you do that. Some of the BMSs and the cheaper ones, you have to either charge on solar, and then if you start pulling power, it cuts off the solar charger. So you can either charge the battery or use the battery. You can't do both. But some of the more advanced BMSs will let you bring in solar power while you're using it. And some of them even allow you to do a UPS mode where you plug it into the house, it charges the battery, and you use it while it's charging the battery, and it basically becomes a UPS for your whole house. The level out the power, and then if the power goes out, you don't lose power at all for any period of time.
Right.
Those ones are really cool, but you do pay for it. Like I said, my neighbor paid like $3,000, and that was when it was on sale. That was like a deep sale when he bought it. He said that's why he bought it, was because it was like a deep sale where he paid like half what it was normally like $5,000 or something like that. Does anybody in chat know what brand I'm most likely talking about? Like a bunch of YouTubers used to review it. I know Jerry Ringer. EcoFlow, that's it. Yep,
EcoFlow is another one.
No, EcoFlow's the one.
Jackery,
that's the one.
Anchor. Those seem to be the four big ones. It's Blue Eddy, EcoFlow, Jackery, and Anchor.
So EcoFlow is the one my neighbor has. Yep, that's it. I just opened up. That's absolutely it. So he has the one that looks like it's a little trolley. Yeah, and then he's got there's a battery pack upgrade that looks the exact same. It just doesn't have the computer. It sits on top of it. Yeah, you just run a little cable. And I like the middle one, but that thing's so expensive on their page. The one that looks like it's a stackable rack mount server where you just stack batteries as high as you want. You go like 8 high. That thing's badass, but it's also super expensive. I want to say each module is over $2,000. So this shit gets expensive fast, dude. Hey, DeWolfston, thank you for the $10, bro.
Thanks very much.
Mucho gracias, senor. Said, happy stream Saturday to my favorite streamer tech dudes. Keep tech talk tapping. And slap those like buttons up the hearts. Thank you. Oh, wow, the hearts are flowing. Yeah, we see when you guys hit that heart button and the little hearts float up. Every time you push that, we see a little heart go up. So if you guys mash that button, it starts getting really noisy over here. We fucking love it. How much? God, EcoFlow has like 90 models now. They used to just have the one. Now they have like everything from a tiny camping one all the way up to like you need a truck to pull it in. Let's see, how much is I think the Delta Pro is the one my neighbor has, but now they have a Delta Pro 3 capable of 48 kilowatt hours, and that form factor, that's a lot.
Yeah, some of them are crazy, man.
That means you can run 1,000 watts for 48 hours continuously. That's a lot of fucking power density for one unit.
Yeah.
If you get the battery extension and stick it on top of that thing, you're definitely, that's how he runs his house for like 3 days off that thing.
Yep.
I mean, shit.
This is just for like camping.
Oh
and stuff,
God, look at the prices though. Fuck,
dude, they get wicked expensive, man.
Dude, $3,000 for just the main unit. That's like not even putting the. If you want the solar panel with it, that's another like $200. The extra battery is $200.
$200 is only going to be like 100 watt solar panel too.
To get the extra battery
to charge the thing up.
No, the solar
Yeah.
panel is going to charge this slow as fuck, dude. It's
Yeah.
too much capacity for a little solar panel. So if you want the Delta Pro 3 and the extra battery like my neighbor has right now, it's $4,459.
Yep.
And that's with no solar panel. That's just for the Pro and the extra battery on top. Jesus, dude. Yeah, this is too expensive. And then they sell you can add on a 500-watt portable solar kit for $700.
Yeah,
I can tell you
500
right
watt
now,
solar
you
kit.
can get like 1,000 watts of solar for like a quarter of that on Amazon.
Yeah, if you get the and oftentimes with those, they're like foldable or portable, sort of a portable like style, and so it makes them more expensive. Yeah, you can totally get just a rigid. I think you can get like a 200-watt single panel for like $80, $100. Yep, but it's like rigid, like it's like a fucking four. What is it, like 3 by 4 or 2?
Yep.
Yeah, like 3 feet by 4 foot little rectangle. Yeah, cheap. You can get those cheap, but
they're actually pretty efficient now too. I want to say like modern solar panels are like 30. Oh, they're not 30. They're like 20-some%.
Yeah, I suppose it varies.
I mean, compared to what it used to be though, that's still fantastic. Honestly, if you think about it.
Yeah.
No, these EcoFlow things are pretty hot. Plus, somebody cracked their little. They have a system where it only accepts their solar panels. If you try to hook up any other solar panel, it rejects it.
Oh,
it's like their little handshake thing. But somebody figured out online that you just buy this little adapter cable, open it up, and just directly wire into the adapter, and you can hook up as many solar panels as you want, and it thinks it's its own. Even if it's like 1,500 watts, it doesn't care. It'll suck it up and absorb it.
Can't do that.
So yeah,
we'll figure ways around that shit.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube video where a guy did it. He's like, yeah, if you buy an EcoFlow, the one downside is you got to fucking hack it to get other solar panels to talk to it, but you can do it.
Vader, I only watched Spider-Man.
Oh, wait, what did they say? Fun.
Spider-Man. Vader was asking if I ended up watching the Odyssey and Spider-Man. I only watched Spider-Man.
Okay, I haven't seen the Odyssey, but I heard everybody kind of went back on it.
I'm not interested in watching the Odyssey. I mean, I'm sure it's cool and stuff, but like, I'm just not interested.
I just want to see how many people that like hated the idea of it so bad got turned around. Even a bunch of like hardcore Republicans and shit, they hated it. We're like, oh no, we were wrong. Like, I want to know what the hell he did to turn them around on it.
I think a lot of people got mixed up thinking Elliot Page was playing Achilles.
That's what I understood. Yeah,
that's not the story that's being told, right? And it was just goofy. And then the whole thing, like so many people getting all bent out of shape who very obviously like have no fucking clue as to the homoeroticism of ancient Greece.
I know, right? It's like ancient Greece. Everybody was humping everybody all the time.
They didn't have a concept of it, like in the way that we do in terms of like gay or homosexual or whatever. They didn't have it. That's not, or at least in the way that we, they wrote about it and things like that. They didn't talk about it that way. It's like it was a fairly normal thing to do that sort of stuff. It wasn't.
No, I heard like even the gladiators and shit were like getting it on and stuff. Well, like that was just something you did.
A hierarchy sort of thing. Like to play catcher, you were like a subordinate. Yeah. Right. And that's kind of the whole thing. Like,
correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a rule? Wasn't the only rule is that you couldn't sleep with somebody who was above you? Like you, it's like
it was like
only
degrading.
One way. Yeah, you had to be like degrading.
Degrading to, like if you were higher. Yeah, I think so. Like
I remember seeing that. Let me see.
On the whatever.
What was the Greek law about? Let's see here.
Something like that. That's been my understanding too. I'm sure we're off by a bit. I
do remember. Yeah, you're right, but I do remember something specifically about there being like some law about like not going up. Like you had to go down. Like if you were the initiator, you couldn't go above your pay grade, basically. But let me see here. Okay, so most common same-sex relationships were pederasty. What does that mean? Oh, an older man and an adolescent youth. Holy shit.
Yeah, like a mentor thing.
Okay, this was socially structured and widely practiced, though attitudes varied statewide. Sparta institutionalized mentorship bonds. Sexual acts were discouraged if they undermined discipline. Otherwise, they were okay. Athens allowed, but it was criticized. Laws existed to curb abuse and prostitution involving the youths. But no, it was still accepted. Like, yeah, wow, dude. Okay, so the law did not criminalize being attacked by man, but the punishments seen were lacking moderation, corrupting youth, and undermining civic virtue. Let's see. So yeah, there was hubris laws could apply to sexual misconduct. Interesting. Okay, so Achilles claimed that the Athenian hubris laws covered all matter of this kind, meaning sexual acts and involved shame, coercion, or public dishonor. So basically their rule was if it was consensual, it's good. So it even says down here at the bottom line, consensual adult male sex, not illegal at all. Pederasty, socially structured, regulated, and sometimes restricted. Passive citizen males, socially condemned, legally penalized. Ooh. So citizens didn't get to do this. This was reserved only for like the Spartas and the people who had status. Interesting. Okay.
Makes sense because it, like I said, it was more of a
like
social
a reward or something
sort of thing. Like you were lesser if that sort of thing.
Yeah, it almost seems the way they say it here. It almost seems like you're sexually dominating the person you're mentoring. Like that's like your way of kind of like putting them in their place.
Dominance thing. A social
you're dominating them. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Man, the Greeks and this. Yeah, that's funny. And you always hear like, oh, the Greeks, they were manly men, and they were. They were absolutely masculine as fuck, but does that mean they weren't running around humping each other in the showers? Like, no. Back then, it was like socially acceptable. They did it.
Yeah, right.
It's like, calm down, man. Calm down. There's as long as it was consensual, although some of these look like they weren't so consensual. The Greeks looked like as long as it was, as long as you were the higher ranking dude in the relationship, you were the mentor and they were the mentee, you could pretty much do whatever you wanted to them. Yeah. Although it does say down here that later on they did start, discouraging the abuse, the unconsensual abuse. Right. But it said that it wasn't legally penalized. Like it wasn't illegal as long as it was between a mentor and a mentee. So that relationship was like really looked upon differently than anything else.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Manly men need love too.
Right.
I mean, dude, it's like the what do they call it? Prison rules or whatever. It's not gay if you have sex in prison or whatever because it's like there's nothing else around. That's like I've heard that said like among people. It's like they're gay in prison, but then they come out and they're straight again. It's like what's available?
The whole concept in general, man. Who gives a fuck? Whatever, man. Do you,
like, dude? If you're in jail and you ain't got nothing else to do and you're just sexually pent up, knock yourself out.
Jam,
what are you gonna
dude,
do?
Like, whatever. I don't know.
Hey, shit, as long as it ain't hurting nobody, fucking knock yourself out, man.
Yeah.
All that matters to me is consent and age.
Right.
Those are two things. Doesn't matter. Consent and
100%.
age. If you're old enough to be an adult and consent, you can hump whatever you want. Yeah. Inanimate objects, animate objects, as long as it's consensual. Knock yourself out. Hey, Graham, what is up, my brother from another mother? Thank you for the $5, dude. He said, happy Saturday. Jerry, we should chat soon about LLMs. Message me. I will, dude. Actually, I've been meaning to contact you about a whole bunch of stuff. I've been watching the drone heavy lift games, the DARPA drone heavy lift competition. Oh my God, dude. It's fun. It's fun. Some of the novel shit that they've come up with that's actually working is like blowing my mind. And Graham is a big drone guy. We used to do the drone talk and Bull Air Media and everything. I'm
gonna open my window a little bit.
No, go for it. Go for it.
I look a little dark.
Yeah, no, I've been wanting to talk to you about that, Graham, because some of the shit. I don't know if you've been following it. I'd be surprised if you weren't. But man, some of the crazy shit they've come up with is just wild, man. Hey, Pod Lassie, thank you for the 10 PLNs. Warmest greeting from Poland. Woohoo! Thank you so much. Car Wash Channel from Northern PA in the house. Thank you for renewing your channel friendship. Super appreciate that. Thank you to all my other channel friends. Love you long time. Trying to figure out why the fuck Stream Elements is doing its normal thing where it's like I made the bot leave and come back and it's still not working. So I'm going to try to fix it. Do you look sexier now all of a sudden? Oh, you do. You look a lot better now.
Yeah, dude, I didn't want to turn the overhead light on, but
I can't get over how good that cutout is. That background cutout. You don't even need green screens anymore. Green screens are basically dead technology.
Yeah, right.
They really are.
You get a little better, like little.
I mean, you can, but then you got to remove the green glow around the edge and the fringing and stuff. It's like you got to add
you shouldn't be so close to your green screen that you're getting spill onto yourself.
Some people don't have the space to get far enough away from it. Bitch. No, I'm just kidding. All right, hold on here. Why is the bot? Okay, wait. Bot removed from chat. Why is this not?
Please add the July 18 and August 1 episodes to podcasts. I can't listen while driving. Otherwise, trim the silence feature is a big deal.
Wait, what did it say? Trim this. Also, silence feature is a big deal.
Silence feature is a big deal.
I'll have to look up the trim silence feature. But you know what I can do? I don't know the trim silence feature right now, but what I can do is go add those previous episodes so you can listen to them, my friend. Because you know what? We are thrilled that you want to listen to them to the point where you're willing to come and watch the stream and ask us to add it so you can watch it. That means a lot, dude.
Hey, and thanks Car Wash Channel of Northern PA.
We love us some Car Wash Channel.
Channel sponsor.
Hell yeah.
And warmest greetings from Poland, Pod Lassie. Woo, thank you.
Yeah, Pod Lassie in the house. Whoop, whoop. All right, so I added the tech talk. Okay, so I added last week's show, OpenAI and Anthropic keep creating Skynet. Now let me go back, and you said there was one more right before that. No, I'm trying to say
July 18 and August 1.
Okay, let me go back and do the other one. July 18, July 18. There it is. Okay, I found it. FCC approved space mirrors. Okay, here we go. Adding. Okay, add to list. I added today's to the list, thankfully. I just forgot to do these ones. Okay, so adding, save. There you go, my friend. You should be able to refresh, and you should now see, it might take a minute or two to propagate or whatever, depending on the server, but yeah, you should now see those and be able to listen to them while you're driving around. We super duper appreciate the support, seriously. Yeah, also, it looks like I finally got the freaking activity feed to work. So now everybody's showing. So Pro DVDI, thank you for being a channel friend. Super appreciate it.
Super duper.
Let's see here. Pod Lassie, thank you for the $2.68 from Poland. Effie Demir, thank you for your subscription. Graham, thank you for $5 Enos.
Hey, got a new car.
Thank you for $10. Woo! Woo! Yeah, he did. Which car was it again? Car wash, was it a Forester?
Ooh, nice.
I want to say it was a Subaru something. Am I for some reason I might be off. I just so you guys know, full disclosure, anything I say today could be like completely fucking off the ranks because I did not sleep last night at all. I am still up from the Twitch stream I did till 3 a.m. So I did the Twitch stream, went and ate dinner after that, hung out, couldn't get to sleep, did stuff I can't talk about here on YouTube, and lost out on sleep, and now I'm here. So yeah, I didn't sleep. I did rest a little bit. Like I laid down and tried to sleep, but it just didn't happen. So I just got up and said screw it. Trim silence is a YouTube music feature that works in real time in the app. Oh, so it's like something you enable, not something I have to do?
Completely ignoring the advert reduction request? What?
Wait, what's happening now? Completely ignoring the advert reduction request. I don't know what that means.
I don't. Where did you? Well, first off, we don't really have much control over the ads, but at the same time, I don't see where you were asking about reducing the number of ads.
Yeah, just
Sorry, we appreciate your pennies, though.
Yeah, thank you for the pennies. Super appreciate it.
You know, every little bit helps. I know ads suck. Ads suck, but what do you do? You know,
you get YouTube Premium, and then you don't have ads anymore.
What's your opinion?
You install an ad blocker.
What is E-Day? I don't know what E-Day is.
I actually don't know what E-Day is.
We don't have an election until November.
Oh, is that what that is? E-Day, election day?
We did recently just have primaries. Some primaries all around for the midterms and such.
Yeah, I know the midterm. A lot of results are already coming in. Like some states did it super early.
Yeah, I
know we just voted. I think it was last week. I put in my vote here in Washington.
No, I couldn't get approved for another Subi, so now I drive a 2020 Jeep Cherokee. Ooh, right on.
Dude.
I like the Cherokees. Man.
Nah, Jeeps are pretty cool.
Especially the late 90s, like early 2000s Cherokees. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, I would never buy a Jeep new. I would never buy a Jeep new because they're just ridiculously expensive. But
yeah, I mean, they're expensive, but
it's like let it go through the depreciation that all the American vehicles do, and then buy it on the depreciation curve.
Yeah.
So,
no, thank you. That's okay, man. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
No worries.
We still care.
No worries.
You can, do what you need to do, man, to improve your viewing experience.
Yeah, it's literally everybody can do whatever they want. Because here's the thing: the ads are there to support the channel, and because the channel is supported, we can keep doing this.
Yep.
So it's actually a really good way.
Well, when Jerry decides to actually pay me.
That is true. I still haven't paid him. I got to pay you.
But because I'm so magnanimous,
it will happen.
And handsome guy, I still show up.
It will happen. It will happen.
That's fine, dude. Whatever.
I like how Grant's like, no, thank you. He's like sitting here bitching, and then he's like, we give him the solution, and he's like, nah, I'm not going to do it. It's like, dude, why are you even complaining then?
It's cool, dude.
It's like, you don't like it, just leave. Why do you gotta be such a negative Nancy?
Today, so I'm not being spicy.
Yeah, I don't really care. I really don't. I'm not gonna waste my time doing anything.
It's fine. Every comment is an engagement. Every 8 seconds.
I will never understand the idea of coming. Why can't I have it free and then you guys get nothing? I feel like I should have it free and you guys get nothing.
There's a weird,
stupid. It's like, come on, bro.
I have mildly mixed feelings. Like,
I don't care if people run ad blockers and stuff. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
like, you.
Whatever. It literally has no effect because I don't notice, right? But in terms of just advertising in general and how much ads are fucking everywhere, I get it. That sucks. And I hate that, like, the platforms we've built this internet now that is like siloed out, and then everything is like monetized, and not even just on like an individual or creator sort of level,
Yeah.
but just like the platforms that have then become these like silos of community and information are so outrageously monetized. They're like, dude, I scroll through Facebook Marketplace and it's like every other
dude, it's
like
bad.
row
It's bad. Yeah,
is either ad from seller or like a sponsor, like an ad thing from outside of Facebook. And it does, and it sucks. Oh, but then like there are things like Hulu, right, where I pay a little bit and I still get some ads, but like the ad breaks are like 90 seconds at most.
Yeah,
I think that is a perfectly reasonable compromise, in my opinion. 90 seconds, because it used to be an hour show on fucking Fox Channel 13, right? An hour
the old days
would actually be 40 minutes. It'd be 40 minutes of actual show, and that means like every 10 minutes you're getting a 5-minute fucking ad break.
Yeah, the old days, dude. Like, it's like a lot of people don't remember the old days.
It's a lot better, man. It's and although I shit on Hulu for their ad choices, their ads, Hulu does terrible with their ads. I don't know what the deal is, man. Every ad break will be the same 3 commercials or something, or every once in a while I get like I'll get a random Spanish ad. I'm like, I don't know where you're getting your data from, man, but this is not directed at me. 90 seconds seems incredibly long. Not really. Three 30-second ads. That's not bad.
Dude, back when I watched TV, I remember you'd watch an hour show and only 35 minutes of it would be the actual program. The other half an hour was basically ads.
Go back and go look at how long an episode of X-Files is. It's 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. And that would be an hour time slot and that's Friday. That's like prime time. X-Files was a wickedly popular show. It had the prime spots, right?
Yep.
And you got to fill that extra 20 minutes with ads. It'd be 5-minute ad breaks every 10 or to 15 minutes. And then one commercial would be 90 seconds. One commercial. You'd get a long format commercial, at least 1 or 2, because those are expensive, right? That's where you get like your Clydesdales, the fucking Budweiser commercials and stuff. They're so, heart wrenching, all that stuff. The ad system's not working. Spotify is just as bad. I hear the same ads over and over. Yeah. Oh man,
the same ad over and over drives me nuts more than anything.
I gotta say, paying for Spotify is probably, or whatever music streaming thing you like. If you listen to a lot of music, it is totally worth it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I haven't listened to an ad on Spotify in probably like, I don't know, 6-8 years maybe.
It's been a while since I've used Spotify.
And yeah, dude, that I think is that's totally worth it. I don't know that I don't think I'll ever pay like for YouTube Premium. I'm not on YouTube enough to bother.
I watch YouTube. 99% of all my watching is YouTube. Even a lot of the movies I watch are ones I find on YouTube channels that are uploaded illegally. It's like I watch YouTube a lot because it's just on my TV and it's convenient.
I watch Prime Video the most, and I got the Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO wombo combo, and that's and I barely watch even that.
For music, I use Amazon. Amazon Music's the one I like.
Amazon Music, because it's included in your Prime thing.
It is. It's so good, dude. It's so good.
It's a higher quality.
Yep. Most of the songs are black.
He's like, dude, because we got that fancy DAC. He's like, dude, you got to turn on these settings on your phone for like the high end, the high bandwidth Bluetooth, and then you hook it up to the fancy DAC, and then you plug in with these freaking cables. It is a big difference, man.
Massive.
It is a big difference.
Absolutely massive.
If I hadn't gone like done the Pepsi challenge, man, I'd been skeptical, but it does. It is a big difference. I was shocked. I was like, holy shit.
The thing is, you need a DAC and you need headphones that can support it. Because if you listen to the higher quality stuff on like lower end gear, it doesn't sound any different really. It doesn't say like, you're just like, oh, there's nothing really better about it. But boy, you put on like a pair of headphones and a DAC that can drive that headphones to its highest highs, lowest lows, nice and smooth, straight line across the curve. Man, you fire up one of those 24-bit, 384 kilohertz uncompressed FLACs, and you're just like, holy shit. You close your eyes and it sounds like you're there. It's like the position of the audio is so much more spread out instead of being in your head. It's a really neat experience.
It really did. Oh, I was shocked. So
yeah, everybody I've ever shown, even including my wife, same thing. She like puts on, she thinks it's gonna be no great deal because she's like, oh, I got my Beats by Dre Bluetooth and they sound fine. No, listen to this shit. Like, listen, this will take you to a whole new level. Yeah, it really does. Now, does that mean that there aren't some songs that are mastered that aren't better than others? Yeah, sure. But when you find a really good song that you really like and you got yourself a good setup, it doesn't even have to be crazy expensive either. Like, you can get a good DAC for like $100. You can get a good pair of headphones for $150, $200. So $300, you can be listening to like, you know, the lower end of audiophile, where it's a massive difference though. Massive difference. But then there's diminishing returns. It's one of those things where it's like the difference between $300 and $3,000 isn't as big as the difference from like the $50 normal shit up to the $300. It's like it starts slowing down. Then you're like $50,000 Sennheiser Orpheus. Don't get me wrong, it sounds fucking amazing. But at the same time, it's like $50,000 for another like 10%. It's diminishing returns. YouTube Premium is about $16 for you. Where are you located? Whoa, is YouTube Premium that expensive? Shit, I've had YouTube Premium for years. I thought it was like $4 or $5. Or $9. I didn't know it was like crazy expensive. I mean, if that's the case, just run ad blocker. But here's the other thing too. A lot of people don't realize if I turn off ads, you know what's going to happen? When I turn off ads, they don't index me so that new people find us.
Oh, yeah,
because YouTube makes money by running ads. Like half the ad revenue goes directly to YouTube. So YouTube always promotes live streams and channels in the search ranked higher that have ads enabled and some kind of revenue stream enabled. So that's why a lot of the videos that you watch in your recommended feed, the vast majority of ones are the ones that are videos that have ads attached to them or are monetized. Because when people post an unmonetized video, it usually gets buried and it doesn't show up nearly as many feeds. And that's by design, because why would you advertise a video that costs you money to serve and you make nothing versus a video that you can serve and make back more than you pay to serve it? Like, that's a profitable business venture. So that's why sometimes it makes sense to enable ads. Now, to be fair, I don't enable the high ad. Like, when you enable ads, it says, do you want low, medium, or high? I just leave it at the default medium. I don't put it on high. So there's actually a level of annoying ads above where we're at right now.
Like when I did Twitch, I would do the 3 minutes an hour or whatever. And I would try and do it like at the top of the hour.
What I like about Twitch is it would like notify me that an ad was about to happen and I could delay it if I was in the middle of talking about shit. YouTube doesn't do that. YouTube just runs an ad and tells me it's running an ad. It doesn't give me any control.
Yeah.
Oh, Bubba to Matt. Sorry I didn't see that. Thank you for the $10, bro. Woo! He said, hey guys, sorry, can't stick around. About to head out to a charity function because my bud's organization is in need. Organization needs my spotlight. Oh, well, I'd rather be doing nothing tonight. At least I get free food. Hey, free food's always good, brother.
Hey, holy cow.
Oh, shit, 40
Love
pounds?
to see you guys.
Hectic.
Hi-Fi Man, HP6, SEV2 are awesome. If you run them on a hi-fi amp, they need lots of power. Check them out. I'm not that kind of decibel nerd. I'll tell you right now. I'm not. I mean, here, look.
No, it's not about volume. It's not. It's you don't get any more volume.
No. I know.
Oh, okay.
It's just okay. What are these? $400 for an open box version of these.
That's actually cheaper than the HE500s I have.
Their list price is $1,900.
Yeah, those are spendy headphones.
I am not that kind of. I am not even. No. I'm not going to spend more than what I've already spent on my DT770s, which is like $120.
So the DT770s,
I am not spending.
Hey, hold up.
$2,000 on headphones.
So Aux, before you solidify that, just like you did with the high definition audio before you listen to it, listen to my HE500s one of these times when we get together.
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm still not going to spend $400.
No. I'm just saying you will understand there's a significant difference.
Whatever it is that these cost. Okay. Hold up. What are the HD650s? What do these cost? What do the HD650s cost? Sennheiser, right there, Sennheiser.
Yes, oh no, these are hi-fi man. Oh, for yours or for this guy's? These are hi-fi man. Oh, yours are Sennheiser 650s. Yeah, 650s.
How much are these? How much do these run?
I'm gonna say
these
$500.
Are $400 too.
$400-$500. Yeah,
$380 right now on sale.
On sale.
They retail for $589.
That's about what they go for. Yeah, over $500 usually.
I'm not even spending that kind of money on this. I'm not doing it.
So.
Because no, don't get me wrong. I'm grateful. I understand and can tell the difference. These are amazing. Like even compared to the good quality of the DT770s, which I think is a great. And I have heard from real good decibel nerds that they're a great entry level headphone, and they're fantastic.
And my hi-fis crush the Sennheisers. My hi-fi mans crush it,
dude. I really do enjoy. There'll be days or evenings where I will take these and I'll put in. I got sent this fancy silver cord cables for them, and I will plug them into that DAC, and I will listen to some high quality, good sounding stuff, and I enjoy it. It gives me little goosebumps all over, and I enjoy it, and I can tell the difference, and I love it. This isn't where I spend my money, right? But I do not think anybody is silly for doing so. If this is your jam, dude, I'm a big proponent of like spend lavishly on the things that you love and cut ruthlessly everywhere else.
For sure.
Like this is why I don't mind spending like people keep telling me to go to this spot close to me called Cuerno Bravo. It's like I think it's like kind of a Mexican steakhouse or kind of, but it's like fancy. And we're talking like $100 a plate. And I mean, that's not super crazy, but
not in this day and age. Shit, it's like step above McDonald's.
I've done El Gaucho where I spent
El Gaucho, that gets expensive fast.
$120 a plate, whatever. It was great. It was amazing. The atmosphere, and it's not like where they force you to wear a jacket, and it's not black tie or anything. But like you can tell, oh man, this is a fancy spot. But people are like, dude, Cuerno Bravo, even better. And
yeah,
like,
I've been to their other restaurant they own, which is Daniel's Broiler. Same person owns that. Yeah, it's fucking fantastic, but expensive.
Because like I was goofing about Ruth's Chris, and they're like, no, El Gaucho or Cuerno Bravo.
The best steak I've ever had, though, is Adam's Tomahawk. That guy surgically makes a tomahawk. If you watch that guy work the Weber and all the stages he does and everything, it's like scientific. So good.
And Rittenhouse, I'm with you, dude. I do tend to bounce around. I'll get these weird hyper focus, and I'll spend a bunch of money on shit that's just kind of interesting in the moment. And I have learned over especially the last like 2 or 3 years, that like I need to focus. I need to do these things. I need to do the things that I know have brought me joy in the past. And
for me, it's been all the ESP32s and sensors and little caps and stuff. I've been having a blast like adult Legos.
I'm like, and I'm buckling down like right after this stream. I'm buckling down. I'm getting my office. I got to get my office set up and like really getting things. Because man, I got a bunch of fucking computer parts and stuff I need.
I want to see a real backdrop. I want to see a real backdrop.
That's what Vader, I think it was Vader was saying. Somebody, hold on.
Yeah, by the way, also remembered everybody. Remember, you're a bigot. Remember, we can't forget that you're a bigot.
Who was it? Oh no, Andy Mobile was asking like, hey, when do we get the real stream back? I got to decorate. First I got to get all this shit off the floor, and then I got to actually put some stuff on the walls this time, like that kind of stuff. Because it's just a white wall behind me. It's boring as fuck. So, yeah, man. I highly, if this is your jam, if this high end audio shit is your jam, dude, go for it, man. I know guys who spent $1,200 on Purple Heart like cups off of drop, like or zebra wood and stuff. I'm like, what does that got to do with anything? And look,
people spend like $1 million on a watch, on a wristwatch, when they carry a phone everywhere that tells the time better.
Some of that I think is just like,
I mean, it's flexing, like, but
I'm part of the cool kids club. Yeah, but hey man, it's like car guys.
To be fair though, Hectic, after all that, I'm with you, brother, and I understand I have Hi-Fi Man HE500s and I fucking love them. Most uncomfortable headphones I've ever worn in my life, but the sound. Because they're uncomfortable as fuck to wear for long periods of time.
They're not that good, are they?
No, they sound amazing, but and they're open back. They're open back, so you can't use them with a microphone.
These open back. I use them right now. What are you talking
about? Bro,
you
listen to low audio because your ears still work. I'm deaf as fuck, so I got to crank it up. It picks up on the mic. I try her. Otherwise, do you really think I wouldn't be wearing my comfy Sennies right now if I could? I'd love to.
To me. I even got a fan going. You probably got your AC.
Dude, you remember what I said I'm going to come over and do at the beginning of the stream? I can't say it on YouTube. You remember what I said I was going to come over and do to you at the beginning of the stream before we did?
You make a lot of wild claims, Jerry. I don't remember.
Remember, it involved me coming to your house and doing a thing to you that would extract liquids out of your body. Oh, wait, that didn't sound right.
The ancient Greek
that didn't sound right.
Yeah,
that was it. That was it. That was it, bro. If you want to get paid, you better whip out that golden shower, brother.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
See, I wouldn't mind kind of getting into watches too, but not super crazy. Like don't want to drop $500 on one. But
to be fair, I do like having a real watch. Like I have a Garmin watch that Adam got me that I absolutely adore.
As an accessory, like I would wear a nice watch.
But it's got to do something I need. It's got to be like blood pressure and oxygen and shit. That's what I like. Oh, you just care about it looking good? Okay.
Just as an accessory, like you put on a watch and your nice shirt and pants, and like do with my hat and maybe curl my mustache and stuff, like that kind of thing. Because I used to wear a couple rings and bracelets and stuff just for the aesthetic.
I miss wearing my ring. My fingers swole up though, so it doesn't fit no more. I need to get a new one. They have these little silicone rings that are really nice, though. I just need to get one that's sized a little bit bigger.
I broke bunches of those while I was still building, though.
Yeah, I want to say you can get a really good one. It's like $10 or something. It's not. They're not very expensive. So
yeah, you can get a pretty good set.
But I do miss wearing one.
When I want something and I got the money, I'm doing or getting what I want. Same. I feel you.
Hell yeah, dude. Like, dude, you do you. Some people like cars. Some people aren't into cars. Some people are into watches. Some people are into other stuff, you know? Aux would go to a barber shop and spend a premium to get a shave and a haircut and have an experience.
I was thinking about it, trimming down my beard quite a ways. Actually.
God, dude, it's so big now, though. I don't think it's ever been bigger than that.
It's actually shorter. I just
are you serious?
I had 3 fingers trimmed off of it around the beginning.
Oh,
of the
maybe
year.
that's why it looks so wide, because like the aspect ratio. I looked at it, I was like, dude, it's wider than your head by like a lot.
It is. Oh yeah, and that's part of it too. Is like I tuck it. Like there's part of it. That's part of it. But
I wouldn't even recognize you clean shaven, dude. Like,
oh no, I don't ever want to do that.
That would.
But I do think another maybe 4 fingers this time, like a good chunk. And get it really shaped up well and that kind of thing.
Oh wait! The first deity, thank you. He said, "Crushing the bugs." I worked in the test of part 2. Wait, the test of part 2. I worked in the test of part 2. What was that in reference to?
No idea.
That was after the Hi-Fi Man thing.
See you later,
first deity. Who's somebody leaving? Hey, take it easy, Pro DVD. Enjoy the VOD, my friend.
Bye.
Hey, Car Wash, thank you for the $10. So flock cameras, what do you think of them? They fucking suck.
It's bad.
I don't think anybody likes a flock camera. He said, I personally hate them. We have them all over town, and I hate them. There is no accountability to who views that stuff and when also false readings. And fucking people can hack those. I watched a YouTube video where a dude walked up to it with his laptop in like 3 minutes, had access to all the files on it.
Yep.
They're not well secured either. So it's like anybody with just a little know-how that goes on fucking GitHub and downloads the little script can just go break into them and start looking at people's video. It's like digital voyeurism, like at its finest, and plus law enforcement's misusing the hell out of it.
Yep.
Like Aux found an article right before the stream that was. Do you want to talk about it? The woman that was mistaken in Brookfield.
Yeah.
Hit it, dude.
I still got the link to that open. Yeah. It's because there's a fucking video thing. So.
That was like super fucked up. This is like an ICE encounter, but because of flock cameras.
It's not even the first one either. It doesn't matter. I'll give you the broad strokes of it. Is it was like the cops in Milwaukee had flagged a flock thing as being associated with a homicide, and then someone else got pulled over and held at gunpoint, dragged out their car because they thought it was them. Brookfield police pulled a woman over, guns drawn, after a flock camera flagged their car for a Milwaukee homicide. Turned out to be a mistake. The woman who was pulled over spoke with Fox News, local Fox channel, said it's not the first time this has happened to her this week. Bonkers, man. Bonkers. But we're up to like at least 50 different instances of cops using the flock cameras to stalk exes or their own wives and girlfriends, shit like that.
So you're crazy. So what? Police pulled her over, guns drawn.
Yep, guns drawn, drag her out the car.
And it's because the flock camera flagged her license plate incorrectly that she was a homicide suspect, right? Yeah, so they thought she was like armed and dangerous?
Milwaukee cops are like, oh, it wasn't a flock problem, it was a data entry mistake. Like somebody punched in the fucking license plate wrong.
Doesn't matter, it's still part of the flock system.
Yeah.
So that's fucked. And this is like Palantir Jr., right? Like although Palantir does use flock data, by the way. Palantir does have access to flock data because you know what? With flock, you can just sign up. If you're a government agency, which Palantir would qualify for, you can sign up and pay flock. You get access to their whole database, all their camera network, all their backlogged footage, their database, everything. So Palantir uses that in combination with tons of other shit to track you around.
Magnetic cone. I'm curious. Do you have links to an article of them actually catching serious crimes? And I mean serious crimes, not porch pirates, not like speeding tickets and shit. Because flock cameras are supposed to be license plate readers, right? So.
I mean, by sheer volume, curious. I would be shocked if there aren't at least some.
A few, sure.
But nowhere near justifying the massive invasion of privacy and all the fuck-ups that occur.
The thing is, it's a private company that is like catching and storing this data. They have no government accountability, right? It's all through like a private license and stuff. You got to pay Flock to get the information out of them, which is, and the whole thing is just a gross overstep. It is a gross Fourth Amendment violation.
I feel like no public company should be able to do this. Like
there are places that have agreed that even red light cameras are against the law, are unconstitutional. Like you can't just scoop up all masses and masses of data hoping that you are gonna catch one bad guy.
Okay, so like, I did a cursory lookup, and it looks like where they're most successful, the Flock cameras, as far as like actually catching people, is identifying suspects' vehicles that are shoplifting from stores.
Shoplifting?
Yeah, that seems to be the big thing that they catch.
Wow, let's all give up our fucking privacy rights for misdemeanor crimes.
But here's the things that people have a problem with: wrongful detention. This happens a lot, by the way. Officer misuse. Officers are constantly using the system to stalk people, track friends and acquaintances, and monitors people's movements without cause. Massive federal access without local approval. So anybody in any federal branch of government can just access the system and just use it for whatever. Live feed exposure and credential theft. So live feeds from 60 cameras were exposed. Stolen Flock credentials appeared on criminal stealer log markets and were sold. So a lot of these cameras were having their security breached and then the credentials sold on the dark web. Protests and abortion travel surveillance. They've been using these Flock cameras to track protesters.
Texas scrubbed some I think it was out of Texas. They scrubbed 86,000 like Flock records to find this one woman who went out of state to get an abortion.
Oh, I did hear about that. That was really super fucked up.
Outrageously illegal, overstepping like beyond fucking crazy, man.
The thing is this is a private for-profit company that is just surveilling everybody's movements.
Yeah.
And then when you hand this data over to the government and they mix that with cell towers and access to the cell networks and stuff like that, they can track you from the moment you leave your house to anywhere you go. They know where you are at any point. And that is a massive invasion of your privacy. Yeah. Like when the government can just type your fucking name into a computer and it can tell you all your whereabouts, where you went, what gas stations, what stores you went, how long you were there, when you entered, when you exited, like all this data when you put it all together. And then Palantir, another government contractor, puts all this shit together and weaponizes it and gives the government tools to manipulate elections and the fucking rig shit. And that's not cool either. So I'm totally against Flock cameras. I think it's bullshit. I think that the Flock cameras cause more problems than they solve by a huge margin. And honestly, I really don't care. It sounds like a lot of people are going out and just like fucking breaking them and stealing them and shit. And it's like, knock yourself out. Like fucking, I do not want these things in my neighborhood. Now, thankfully, where we're at, I don't know if Washington like kicked these guys out or what the deal is, but I haven't seen any Flock cameras where I live. Not a single one.
Maybe not up by you. I imagine that they're a little more.
Oh, but they're in the cities, like you have seen them.
They're all over Bonnie Lake. They've got. I don't think it's a Flock. I don't think it's a Flock brand one, but there's one of the parking lot cameras right by me. There's in the window. Go to dflock. I think it's dflock.org.
Dflock.org. Can you like look up where they are?
Dflock.org, and you can find it's a crowdsourced map database of where they've got these cameras in the U.S.
Let me see if they're here, and I just haven't seen them because that's possible too, right? I mean, like, okay, let me go scroll.
No, and these.
Oh yeah. I have none anywhere near me. That's awesome.
This is a database of not just Flock, like I said, not just Flock brand ones, but there's also like sometimes you'll see like in the Lowe's parking lots or like in big box store parking lots, there'll be like a big trailer, and there'll be one big up on a pole with like a solar panel and stuff. And those are ones supposed to catch shoplifters. Like what the fuck? This bullshit property crimes. That's the thing. Is how many homicides are being solved? How many fucking pedophiles are being found? Yeah. How many like. Right, we're gonna go after this bullshit misdemeanor stuff. Shoplifting is like having been charged with theft in the third degree theft. That's me. Stole a stop sign. I've told this story before. Shoplifting is actually a touch above that, usually, but basically on the same level. Misdemeanor crime, dude, less than $250 value, and this is what we're spending thousands and thousands of tax dollars on.
Yeah,
to catch fucking shoplifters. Who are probably stealing food. I don't see nobody fucking stealing food. Fuck you. Okay, you want to steal food from Safeway or fucking Kroger or Fred Meyer? Go ahead, fuck them. They have billions and billions in profit while people starving on the street. Where people get fired for taking shit out of the trash.
That's completely fucked up. I don't agree with that at all. That's like if you're throwing something away and wasting it, that's forfeit. Like you should let somebody put that to use instead of letting it get destroyed. But the reason that they don't donate and they destroy it is because they think that if they don't donate it, then instead of somebody getting it for free, they'll be forced to come in the store and buy it. But it's like people aren't going to be going to the fucking food shelter, or what do they call it? I used to go food banks. They're not going to go to the food banks and go through that to get food just to save a couple of dollars if they can afford to go to the grocery store and buy it. The people that are going there are genuinely in need.
Yeah.
And I'm of the same mind, sort of. Like I guess I kind of agree, but I also disagree. I don't agree with shoplifting, but if you are starving and your option is to starve or eat, then fucking I hold nothing against you. Do what you got to do.
That's shit.
It's like, yeah, these are like billion-dollar corporations that their prices factor in theft and everything like that. It's like if you need to fucking eat and you're going to starve if you don't, then you absolutely the rules change in my mind.
Saw a few headlines. Different places are looking to pass laws that will enact like a 10% discount if you go through self-checkout, right? And
our local store did that for a while, but they stopped doing it for some reason. I don't know why, but they did do that for a while.
Somebody's talking about, grocery stores have like a 2% margin, 2.9% margin.
They wouldn't be able to operate for the periods they do on that. Not a chance.
No, yeah. If you actually, that's after the stock buybacks, after the fucking dividend payments. That's
after everybody's been paid, including the management and the executives. They got 2%.
Like Kroger had like an $8 billion profit, and they did a bunch of stock buybacks and shit. And then at the very end, we have 2% fucking profit margin. Fuck you. Every store operates at probably 30% or better.
Plus the tariff thing. Did you see that tariff bullshit?
Oh man.
So the tariffs were deemed illegal by the Supreme Court. Yeah. So corporations can go and request a refund for all the shit that was tariffed to get their money back. Do you see any of that money? Not a fucking penny. Everything you paid with the tariff rolled into it, you don't get any of that back. But the companies get the double dip because now they get the money from you and they get the money from the government. And do they lower the prices? Fuck no, they don't.
Feds should be sending that out to everybody.
I agree. That money belongs to the people that bought the products at the increased cost. They should be refunded the difference.
Yeah, man.
And they can do that. They have all that data and they're more than capable of doing it, especially with sites like Amazon and shit. That should be a no-brainer to be able to do that. Like, that could be an automated process. But they do that? No. They're just going to submit it, get their billions of dollars back, and then fucking do nothing. And just keep it. Buy more stock back.
From Amazon saying, like, we're getting $700 million back from the government. Here, sign up for your piece of it. So, I mean, I threw my head in there, but, like, space mirrors, bad idea. I know we had that on the list a couple weeks back.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it, so you wanted us to talk about it
today.
It's
more space junk, man. It's fucking dumb. It's a stupid idea.
The amount of money it takes to put a mirror in space for the amount of light that it can reflect back to the surface of usable light, it doesn't make any sense economically at all, and it just creates space junk.
It's just more junk. More shit to put in the fucking...
Because you do realize you'd have to put the satellite, you'd have to put them in geosynchronous orbit way the fuck out, or you'd have to put them close to the Earth and have them flying 17,000 miles an hour, which means you need a huge array of them like a train, like literally thousands of them, to keep light focused on one area.
Goofy idea.
So
right up there with the data centers in space. It's fucking stupid.
It's literally data centers in space 2.0. Yeah, it's a really dumb idea. Somebody watched a fucking movie where they put a mirror in space, and now they think it's like, let's do it for real.
They're gonna try, and then they're gonna realize, wait, it's way too fucking expensive, and we're gonna have to spend. You're gonna have to charge $45,000 every time you want to open the fucking mirror open and beam it down someplace so that they can look in a forest for. And they're trying to angle it like it's like a search and rescue thing. Like, we can beam a shaft of sunlight down into the forest.
Let me ask you this: How expensive is it to put a fucking drone in the sky with a massive light array on it that can light up like half the fucking forest?
Yeah, that'd cost you maybe $12,000.
Yeah, it's like ask Graham. He built one that lit up an entire fucking forest, like where we could see everything for a half a mile in both directions. Put 20 of those in the sky, and don't spend $1 billion on a space mirror.
Fuck off. It's so dumb. It's just a waste. It's a super grift. I guarantee. Like you check me on this, but I bet you it never actually happened.
No, it won't. It's literally just a marketing ploy to people that are dumb enough to believe it, to get people's attention on them. That's all it is.
It'll fall apart, and then it's like, oh well, that's how it is.
It's like when Elon promises, self-driving taxis and this, like years before he can ever even get close to anything, and still never delivers on it. It's just hung out there to bring in attention to boost the stock. That's all it is. Look at me. Oh, we're going to sell a $20,000 robot that now is like up to $80,000, and they haven't even been able to sell one yet, and China already surpassed them with an $8,000 unit you can buy today. You know, it's just literally them trying to maximize their stock price. That's all it is. These companies do this. They throw out these wild fucking ideas. People are like, oh my God, I saw a movie where that happened. That's like science fiction. That's going to be awesome. Oh, space data centers? Freaking space lasers? It just economically, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Especially when we still have like everything we need down here to do everything way cheaper. Like for instance, if you want to light up the forest, fucking put a hot air balloon up in the sky with a massive battery and a huge light array. You're going to have way less light loss through the atmosphere because you're not going to have to chunk through 90,000 feet of atmosphere or whatever, right? So that would make more sense. It doesn't make sense to have a fucking mirror in space because then you have to control the mirror. You have to have gyros to rotate it and position it. You have to keep the light focused on the same area. If it's in a geosync, it'll be locked. If it's not, then you have to constantly adjust the mirror as it's going around to maintain light focused on one area. It's stupid. It makes no goddamn sense to me at all. And it doesn't make any sense to any of the people that know what the fuck's going on either. They're just hoping the people that don't know anything about it are going to be like, cool, freaking space lasers. And then they talk about it, and now their friends are all thinking about SpaceX or the company that's going to do it. That's all it is. It's just to get people continuously focused and talking about the company. Notice how Elon, everything he's promised, another company has fully developed and released to market long before he has.
Yeah.
That's by design. He never even started the projects before the other people did. He was just the first one to go public and say that they're almost there and that it's almost done like a day after they announce it. And it's not. It's just to get people's attention on them to think, oh, well, they were the first ones to do it because they were the first ones to say they were going to do it. And it's like, no, it never is. Never is. Now, will I say the autopilot has gotten better? Yes. Is it anywhere close to where you could do a driverless taxi? No, not even close. They're nowhere close to being able to take a steering wheel out of the car. Actually, in my opinion, Waymo isn't even there, and it's got fucking way, way more equipment on it for like detecting things. You know, it's like I'm not going to trust my fucking life to a bunch of cameras and a fucking GPU, okay? I'm just not going to. That's my personal rant. But I will say that I've watched Autopilot, and Autopilot has objectively gotten better with better hardware, better iterations, better cameras. But it's still not there. Foggy day, still fucking drives into the bike lane. Still works on some routes and not on others, and then an update makes it fucking not work on the routes that did after people trust it.
Still drives through Wile E. Coyote painted fucking paper wall.
Yeah, I literally watched somebody test it the other day in a YouTube video, like the brand new update that they were testing, and they're like, okay, so far this is working fantastic. And then right after they said it was working fantastic, the thing tried to like turn into a parking lot at speed. I was like, okay, well that ain't good.
Oh, dude, yeah, Graham, the Chinese are way, way ahead of us in every fucking aspect.
Yeah.
Electric cars, the fucking
This is what's scary though. China's ahead of us on everything except for one thing. You know what the one thing they're not ahead of us on?
Nukes?
Chips, because Taiwan is. And we're trying to hand them Taiwan. If they get Taiwan, we will never, ever catch them on anything, ever.
The thing is, they're fucking crazy clever in how they're getting around all that stuff, too, man.
Trump will just hand it to him. He already basically said he would.
I see it on eBay all the time. These Chinese companies are snatching up, like, broken graphics cards and stuff, and they scrape the GPUs and the VRAM off, and then they cobble together. Dude, there's a company out of, I think, like, San Diego that will take your 4090 and double the VRAM.
There's one. Yeah, there's one in the United States that does it. The guy in the United States also does as a pay-to-order service. Tech Window did a thing on it.
Yeah, that might be the same one I'm talking about.
It might be. It's probably the same one.
Yeah, you can ship your 4090 to this guy, and for like $2,400, he'll double the VRAM. And send it back.
In a 4090 with 48 gigs of RAM, like beats the shit out of cards that are like custom, 3 times as expensive.
Custom firmware and shit. Yeah, it'll cost. It ends up being around like $4,500 or something. But so
here's the problem with China. You said China, you know how China was like illegally buying cards and importing them through side channels and stuff. They don't even have to anymore because Trump approved the export to them directly of the H200 AI chips, like specifically the highest ranked AI chip. They're like, here, have it.
But is China ahead of us on safety? I've seen quite a few of their EVs crashing spontaneously. Yeah, and how many videos have I seen of Teslas exploding and crashing into people and stuff? Like, come on, like. You want to compare safety? Ours aren't even up to the, like, we're probably equal on this fucking safety thing.
Yeah, the thing is also, if you're a human and you're driving the car and you crash it, you are 100% responsible, both personally and legally. When a Tesla with autopilot crashes, the driver can go, oh, well, it wasn't my fault. I wasn't driving. And they're like, but you weren't paying attention. There's never going to be full blame on the driver for the accident. They can just blame the technology, and then it just becomes a Spider-Man. Everybody pointing at everybody.
BYD on its own is cheaper, way better, cooler features that are standard, higher capacity, longer range. They've got charging tech now that'll do 0 to 80%.
You know how fast Tesla would die if BYD was allowed to sell their cars here? Tesla would be dead in a day.
Yeah. It'd be
gone.
It's ridiculous.
BYD makes an SUV that has like 700 horsepower with a luxury interior, and the U.S. cost for it would be $52,000. Like a base model fucking Tesla Model 3, you can get up into the 50s. Like, and you're in the BYD, you're buying basically like their version of a Plaid. You can buy a 1,500 horsepower Porsche 911 clone for like $55,000 US. That's like what it would cost over here retail with their profit margin in it.
Ridiculous.
Like, that's crazy. Like, why would you buy a fucking $150,000 Tesla Plaid when you can get a $1,500 version that has more capabilities, more power, looks better? It's just, and everybody's all China builds crap. No, China, a lot of shit China makes is really good. A lot of stuff that you think America makes is just Chinese shit reboxed.
I'm tired of that.
Same.
We've offloaded so much of our manufacturing and design and stuff to China, Malaysia, Taiwan, all that shit. Where do you think like 80% of the high-end shit is actually getting made?
Yeah, like China.
Like in China, Malaysia, Taiwan, Vietnam. Like,
where do you think half the components from the Taiwanese and like Samsung and shit? It's all Chinese components in their stuff.
It's cheap, but that doesn't mean it's low quality. Like,
exactly.
It's just you can get high quality manufacturing done. It's the only place to do it because that's where it's been done for the last 80 years. You think they haven't gotten better?
Yeah. Yeah. As for what Kylik was saying earlier, like, I trust our firefighter crews here in the United States a lot better, but here's the problem when battery cars light on fire. You can't put them out easily. The fucking lithium batteries, when they light on fire, create their own oxygen. Like, it's like fucking burning magnesium. You just got to let it burn. You can like put a blanket over it and smolder it and slow it down, but it's not like you're going to be able to put it out and move the car immediately. So electric cars sadly complicate things greatly when the wreck involves the battery being breached. That's why they put so much effort into making the battery like the strongest and most armored component in a car, because it's like all you have to do is puncture one cell, it creates thermal runaway, and then that ignites the cells next to it. It just becomes a chain reaction until the whole pack explodes. So, and you know who the most protected thing is in a fucking EV accident? The driver. Because the driver, you're in a vehicle that was designed to be on a lithium fire for a good amount of time. It's the firefighters and people outside of the car that are really at risk. The people that approach it to try to help you and stuff like that. They're the ones, like, I think even, wasn't it Tesla said, like, if your car's on fire, don't get out of it? Like, there's like, I read somewhere, it was like, that was like the recommended thing. Is like, don't get out of the car because the flames will come out around the battery pack and around the door and they'll burn you instantly because they're so hot.
I just personally want to hear the roar of the engine. I'll always admit those things ever since I saw Drag Race Call White Zombie. I learned how. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's just nostalgia.
Electric cars need speakers and sound effects. Then I'm okay. Then I'm okay with it. But I do miss the sound.
Look. I drive a manual ICE car, right? Internal combustion engine car. It's not even the quick version. It's like the 1.6 wimpy ass little whatever. And I'm there with you in the terms of like the experience of driving. But when I drove an Ioniq 5 and I put that shit in sport mode, and this is not even like one of the fastest EVs you could do. But I put that thing in sport mode, not smoke suckers. It was so much fun. That is, to me, that's more fun than hearing an V8 burble or like a twin turbo.
Yeah, it can't be. Electric
V6.
Car torque is unreal. It's absolutely unreal.
I'm more in it for that experience.
For sure.
Like the experience of driving and that gut pull. Holy cow. 0 to 100 in 3 seconds, or not the Ioniq.
As much as I hate Elon Musk, I will say the Plaid is like one of the crazy. You never get used to it. It's like the craziest acceleration experiment ever.
The ludicrous thing is 100% like legit. It is insane. Like it's got
your ass lifts out of the seat. You literally slide up the seat a little bit, and your butt comes off the seat, and you're like, "Wow, a car can grip like that." It's got to be how it feels
to be like in a rocket or
magic.
Or a jet fighter or something.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
It is bonkers fast. And
always goes straight as an arrow, even if one tire's in fucking dirt and the other one's on ice. It always distributes the power and goes straight as an arrow. It's awesome. It's so awesome.
Feels cool, man.
Because you always wonder, like, why aren't there a million Teslas wrecked on the side of the road? They're literally everywhere. So you'd think like with that kind of power, like if everybody went out and bought like fucking 800 horsepower Camaros, a lot of them wreck. But you see the Teslas and somehow they don't wreck, and it's because that car goes so fast in a straight line. And all the little safety features and the automatic braking stuff. There's a lot of mechanisms on there to help save you from yourself if you're a bad driver. Yeah. So I'm not a Tesla hater. I'm an Elon Musk hater. I'm not a Tesla hater. I'm not a SpaceX hater. I'm an Elon Musk hater. Okay, I want to get that clear. But here's the thing: would I buy a Tesla? No, because it supports that dipshit. Yeah. But can I appreciate the technology? Sure, I absolutely could.
I like the cool like sound from electric cars. Honestly, I think it's kind of neat.
I mean, electric car sounds can be kind of cool.
Super sci-fi sounding. I can't even replicate that.
You know what's crazy is the one attempt they tried to put sound on an EV. I think it was called the Dodge Charger something Scat Pack or something. Dodge Charger made one EV car, and it basically looks just like a regular Dodge Charger, except for it has a little bit of a different hood on it. It's fully electric. Cletus McFarland recently bought one for a YouTube video.
All right.
The car sold so badly in the United States that the dealer's selling it for 50% off. You can buy a brand new one, fully kitted out for like $32,000. This is an EV that supposedly has like 600 horsepower and everything, but they said one, it was slow as shit, not even comparable to the Tesla. Two, it's only rear-wheel drive, the one that they got, the cheap one. What was the other problem they had? It makes the sound. That's the one thing that was cool about it, is it did make the sound. It had speakers in the back where the exhaust would be, so it could make V8 sounds. You could actually rev it when it's in neutral, and when you punch the gas, the engine revs up with the RPMs of the actual tires. I thought that was pretty damn cool. Like, I actually, even though it was like, cards in a spoke, it served no purpose other than just put a smile on your face. They all absolutely loved the feature, and I loved it too. But for some reason, that's the one car that has that feature, and even though it's so cheap that you can buy it cheaper than just about any other EV, they just don't sell. They can't move them. And I don't know why. Like, I looked at it, I was like, it's a cheap deal, especially now, the fact that they're so cheap because they can't move them. And it's like nobody buys this thing. They don't like it. But apparently the complaints are it doesn't hit the rated range nowhere close to it. Either rated horsepower, it doesn't accelerate anywhere close to what they say it does. Yeah. So that's the main reason why people don't buy it, apparently. But I'm still like, you can't get a lot of EVs new for under like 50 grand, right? Like starting around like 40, 50 grand. ICE cars, you can still find some of the real cheap ones like in the high 20s. But it's like if you want an electric car, although, I'm really excited about the Slate, by the way. Have you seen the Slate?
Yeah, Slate looking pretty cool.
Yeah, a little modular truck that's going to be $25,000 for like the base model, and then you can upgrade the cab if you want to change it to an SUV and shit later on.
I heard Ford is doing a small electric pickup as well.
Yeah, I might get rid of the STI and get an electric truck just so that we have one EV and one gas car, because I think that's like a good garage to have. Yeah, for sure. Especially with the cost of gas. Do I think gas is going to go back to the price it used to be? No, I really don't think, because people are paying the price it is now. And there used to be consumer gouging laws in place that Trump executive ordered all out of existence and the Supreme Court refuses to review. So they're basically law. So it's like there's no incentive to drop the price. The gas companies are still making buku dollars and people still need to buy gas. So they're like, fuck it. So it affects the whole market, raises the price of everything. Nobody gives a fuck. So that's what I'm saying. People raise prices really easily, but they don't ever come back down. They rarely ever come back down. And then the problem is if one company tries to lower their prices back down, then they have a lower margin and they might start selling more. And then the next company would come down. But instead they talk to each other and say, hey, let's just both keep our prices the same.
Yep.
And they're allowed to do that. There used to be laws against that. But no, the companies are now allowed to just say, hey, let's all sell our shit for the exact same price. Then we don't have to race each other to the bottom based on which customer buys the cheaper product and go down to a reasonable price people are willing to pay. Let's just stay at the high price and force everybody to pay it. And they just fucking do it. They used to call it like the light bulb. I guess the light bulb industry was like one of the first ones to do that, where they did the price fixing and they had like a gentleman's agreement between them to sell light bulbs that couldn't last longer in a certain amount of time, so that everybody's light bulbs were basically the same durability and same price.
Right.
So it's like that shit's happening like across the board right now, and it's not good, man. It's really not good. You could certainly trade the STI for a Slate and have a very little value difference. That's what I was thinking, Michael, because I was going to say my car isn't in the greatest condition. And in really good condition, it's worth like 27 to 28. So I was figuring in its current condition, it's probably worth like 25, and that's what a Slate is. So if the Slate comes out and there's a dealership and they're willing to swap me straight up for it, I'd totally do it.
That'd be cool.
I'd miss my STI, to be honest, but that thing's a gas guzzler. It only gets a maximum of 16 miles the gallon. The way I drive it, it's closer to 11. So it just guzzles the gas. Fucking $5 plus a gallon. It's not. I can't go anywhere because it just costs too damn much. You go for a little drive around the block, and it's like I'm paying, $100 and some odd a month for insurance on a car that I drive once a month. Like, it's just not worth it. If I had a Slate, then I could just keep it charged and we could just use that as our primary vehicle as long as we both didn't have to drive anywhere, which is really rare. So we could both use that. And then in the one time where we have to go different places or one of us has to go a longer distance, then we just take the gas car.
Yep.
And so it just works out and it gives you like a nice, and you save so much money. That's the thing. No more having to change the oil. Dude, not having to change brake pads all the time, not having to do all the maintenance. You fucking charge it, and you're just paying electrical costs. The Slate is a really light vehicle, so it uses very minimal electricity. The range is decent. I want to say it's supposed to have like a 200-mile range, which is more than enough for me for anything I'm going to do. I don't need the 300, 400, 500-mile range from an EV. It's like if I'm going to go a long distance, I'll take the gas car, every once in a while. But we'll have to see. I might, because of the trade-ins and the way they do trade-ins and stuff, chances are I'll probably have to sell it private party and then use the money towards the Slate. But it depends. If the Slate comes out, I'm going to test drive it first for a while, see if I like it, and then I'll make a decision. Because I got to make sure that it's decent, right? I don't want to buy it if I get it. It's an absolute bucket of shit. So I really need to try it.
I like the Rivian R3 that's supposed to be coming here pretty soon. It's like a smaller, like hatchback looking thing. I think that's
do you know how much they're slated to sell for?
Probably like 35.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Rivian's kind of known for high prices. Like that's kind of their thing. Is they're a little more expensive than the other trucks.
I need to see it. I need to see it next to some other car because like it's supposed to be smaller. It's supposed to be like a Golf-ish.
Okay.
But I get the vibe that it's bigger than that. And I
haven't seen it. Let me look at it here.
I need to see it next to like a car that I know the size of.
Do they have it on their website?
It should do. It should do. It's the Rivian R3.
The R3. Okay, I see the R2 and the R1S, but I don't see an R3 yet. So I don't think they have it on their site.
Yeah, it's not for sale yet. I think it's coming either later this year or sometime next year.
The R2, the 5-seat SUV, starts at $44. That's actually not horrible. That's okay. That's way less than I thought it was.
Brand new, that's not bad. Yeah.
You know how much the truck is though? Fucking A, man. $80,000.
Jeez Louise, man.
The R1T truck is $80,000. Their big SUV, the R1S SUV, is 83. Starts at $83,000. So the R2 is actually like half price of the other vehicles.
Crazy.
And you said there's going to be an R3, so the R3 would most likely be cheaper.
Yeah.
So that's probably like you said, probably 30s. It's going to be in the 30s then. Oh, wait. I did find a click for the R3. Hold on. They didn't have a picture, but they had a little thing for it.
They've been showing them off. I think they had an example of one.
You know what? That actually kind of looks like a little miniature Porsche Cayenne a little bit.
Yeah, kind of.
Same kind of shape to it. Yeah.
It's got the kind of more of like a Mark IV Golf.
No,
kinda.
I like that. Like that.
Yeah, it looks cute.
Yeah, if the price isn't crazy shit, that might even be something to consider. I know Rivian has a good track record with their reliability and stuff. The only thing I don't like about Rivian is their truck has horribly expensive body panels to fix if you get any kind of fender bender.
Oh, crazy.
Like it's crazy expensive. Like to the point where people were going to body shops and have them literally cut out sections, graft and weld it because it was cheaper than buying the replacement panel.
Wow.
Like that's how bad it was. So and apparently, like on the truck specifically, if you get rear-ended like at all at any speed, it wrinkles the two side panels on the bed, and that's one continuous panel all the way down the side of the bed, up and over the cabin, like in front of the door. Like the whole side of the truck is basically one panel. So it ends up making it like prohibitively expensive to fix it if you get into any kind of accident whatsoever. So I think that makes the insurance on it kind of high, if I remember right. Like the insurance on the Rivians isn't really known for being, really good. I know Tesla insurance is supposed to be really cheap because they're mass produced and the parts are relatively available and cheap. But the problem with Tesla is you can only buy parts from Tesla. Like there's really no other place to get parts because if you buy them from a wrecking yard or anything like that, they'll deactivate them and then you got to go through a bunch of problems and shit. Dumb. I hate that. I think that should be fucking illegal, man.
Yeah.
I think that's the dumbest thing on earth where it's like, oh, you buy a car and then you sell it to somebody and because they didn't go through Tesla to do the deal or whatever, they disable supercharging because, we don't know the state of the battery pack. It might blow up. It's like bull fucking shit. You got software on there that can look at the battery pack and determine the health. You don't need to say, because we don't trust it, we need to charge you, $20,000 to bring it in and get a new battery pack before we re-enable supercharging. Like that happened to that Rich Rebuilds guy on YouTube several times, and boy, he like blew the whistle on that shit real quick. It's like after that, I was like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Tesla in that respect either. It like looks great and it's cheap. Well, you have it as long as you don't wreck it, but the second that you fucking wreck it or have a problem or a component blows out, shit starts getting expensive after warranty. That's one of those cars you just buy in warranty and then you make sure you get rid of it before the warranty is gone.
Yeah, right.
Like there's certain things like if you buy any German vehicle, if you buy a BMW or an Audi, maybe not any German vehicle. Some of them are reliable, but like a BMW and an Audi, notoriously those things become money pits after the warranty's gone. So it's like, get rid of them while they're in warranty, because you'll spend the entire cost of the vehicle just like replace the motor, replace the transmission. It's just not worth it. Have I seen the body panel thick from cars of the 50s? That's some thick steel. Oh, yeah. The thickness of the steel, was like 3 or 4 times what it is today. It's freaking crazy.
That's fucking dangerous, man. Like, they always say, like, oh, you're safer in these, like, battle tanks of cars. And it's like, no, you're not, dude. You're not, because
it's not acceleration, it's the stop, dude.
Yeah, the car will stop just fine, but you sweaty meat bag are gonna keep going and smash into that solid steel fucking velour dashboard, and they're just gonna spray it off. And like,
if you've ever seen like hypercars and supercars get in accidents, the entire front of the car and the entire rear of the car just completely blow off the vehicle. And that's by design. It's because they design them so you're in the carbon tub, you're in the uncrushable bit, and everything else around you is literally designed to just crush or go under you.
Yeah.
Like, as a matter of fact, Toyota and Honda for a long time, if you've ever looked in the engine bay of like a more modern, like 2000 plus, they put these rails on it so that if you look at the motor mounts, there's a rail system that folds up. So if you have a high speed frontal impact, the engine and transmission used to go through the firewall and pin you in your seat and potentially kill you. Now what it does is it goes down and under the car and lifts the cab up. So you basically, your feet don't get crushed, nothing gets crushed, the steering wheel doesn't go into your chest. Like, whoever invented that is a fucking genius. Like, whoever decided like one day, like, hey, let's design a car where the engine and transmission don't just keep going into the thing. Let's redirect that energy down and under the car. And now you can survive a fucking 60-mile-an-hour head-on collision.
That's where it should be.
It's like, dude, race cars are fucking crazy. Like, you look at Formula One race cars, and you're like, there's no way that's safe. Open wheels, super exposed, looks like you're sitting 6 inches.
Super safe.
Those fucking things crash at like 200 miles an hour, flip end over end, and the driver gets out and walks away.
Crumbles the bits on purpose. Like, it's supposed to do that.
You see him crash, and it's like a fucking, you're like, where'd the fuselage go? And you see a guy crawl out of one of the chunks, and he's fine. And you're like, wow, how the hell did he do that?
Stuff on it, it's safe.
And that technology always finds its way back to road cars, but the problem is that's expensive. That's why really safe cars tend to be expensive, is because of all the engineering and all the additional money that goes into the materials and testing and everything to get a really safe car. It's like, but I would like to have a safe car. I'm willing to pay extra money to make sure I'm safe, especially if it's like a car for my kid or something, Right. My kid just turned 16 and he's going to start working towards his driver's permit here pretty soon. And I'm scared shitless. I know, dude. I'm getting old, right? It's like fucking feels like yesterday I had a toddler running around. Now I have a teenage boy ready to drive. So I'm a little freaked out about that, but we're going to start him off in the Forester because that's the safest vehicle. My STI isn't the safest vehicle right now, so I'm not going to like stick him in a manual STI with 380 horsepower. Although, you know what's funny is like 380 horsepower is nothing today. I remember back when I bought that car, that was like one of 3 cars under 100 grand that had like 300 plus horsepower. In all-wheel drive. And now it isn't.
Now I'll go buy a 2013 Focus ST, and that came stock with 350 horsepower.
Yeah, seriously, you'd fucking smoke me you could go buy a base level Honda minivan, and it's got like 350 horsepower. It's like it's no fair, dude.
I love seeing those videos of people who like they build out Honda Odysseys, because like you just slap on a bunch of bolt-on parts and stuff and like a turbo, and you can get like 350 out of them.
Wait, hold on. I saw something in chat here that kind of stopped me in my tracks.
Somebody said Krillin 64 died. Yeah, I saw that.
No. So what happened? Are you serious? You're not just somebody coming in here and fucking around trying to cause problems? I didn't hear about this. What?
I mean, I'm not that plugged in. I recognize the name, and that's sad.
No. I mean, yeah, he came around all my streams for the longest time, and you said, hold on, let me go. I think I even follow him on X. Hold on here. Let me go double check this. Yeah, this is hold on here. Come on. Open up. Hurry up, come on. Let's see here. Let me see, is there any posts? I don't see any posts on his account that say he died.
Well, yeah, man, because he's dead, man. How is he supposed to post?
No, but I mean, usually like family or something. Not guaranteed, but a lot of family members usually will pick up on that account. Next person, I don't know. Where did you hear about it? Did you like know him in real life or something?
I don't know. They haven't responded.
I haven't seen him in a while. Sadly, I think the reason I haven't seen Krillin for a while is I don't know when they passed away, but it looks like they were banned on X. So I think they did something to get banned at one point, and that's why they haven't been around. But I remember Krillin 64 was around for a long time.
Yeah, man.
Before that, so. you know, regardless of my opinions, if he, you know, broke the rules and I had to
creep?
ban him, he was a regular. And I don't wish death on anybody. It's fucking terrible.
I don't remember him being too out of pocket or anything in the chat.
No, he was actually really cool for a long time, and then he had a day where he pretty much like kind of went postal. It was a while ago, but it was enough that I had to block him literally everywhere. I had to block him on. I remember now. I went back and looked. It's Jatman would probably have the details. Okay. But you're right. For the most part, he was really cool. Like that was a bad day. That was one of those things where if he asked to be unbanned, I would have just unbanned him. But weird. Like I want to know what happened if he knows, if Aristo knows.
In various communities. Oh, getting a little out of weird other places.
The one that got banned a while back for harassing a few. Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, somebody came to me about that. I remember. That's why I haven't seen him in a long time. I didn't know he passed away though. That's still incredibly sad, and that's not cool. Like fucking that's rough, man. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear it. I'm really sorry to hear it. I don't know what happened, how he passed, you know, but I don't have any details. I don't even have any confirmation that he did pass other than one person in chat. But if he did in fact pass, that, you know, my condolences, seriously. Yeah, man. Because regardless of whether he made a mistake or not, you know, he doesn't deserve that. And he was around a long time before that, and for the most part, you know, he behaved himself. Every once in a while, you know, he'd push buttons a little bit, but it was kind of fun. It kind of spiced the thing up. Like I said, I only had to ban him because of the things that he was caught doing in the community, and I had to confront him. As a matter of fact, let me check my chat here. I'm not going to say anything publicly out of respect for him, but I believe I even talked to him about it. Let me see here. Oh, I'm not seeing it on X. It might have been on Discord. Let me look. But I do distinctly remember having a conversation with him to ask him about what the accusations were. But shit, man. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. If it's true, my condolences to him and his family. That's fucking rough, man. Nobody deserves that shit. Hey, Altonian. I missed quite a few super chats. My bad. Hey, Altonian, thank you for the $13.48. He said, electric cars don't solve all the problems of a car-dependent society. What we need are cities and towns designed around personal transports like bikes, e-bikes, scooters, better health outcomes, etc. You know what? I don't disagree with like good options for public transportation and better options for public transportation, but the freedom of being able to move freely when you want to move freely, using the infrastructure that you paid into with your taxes and stuff. I like that. That's something that I like, that I'd be sad to see it go away. But do I think that it would be better for the majority of travel, like overall, and reserving the point-to-point travel for the more special stuff and the experiential stuff? I'm all for that. Like, I will tell you right now, I would be willing to give up some of my autonomy as being able to drive around as much as I can to trade for some public transportation. If there was a good, reliable public transportation option that was safe, I would. Not even
just public transportation, but it's like you wouldn't need the public transportation even if you could just walk 10 minutes down the fucking road to the grocery store or whatnot, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we're now like 100 years into massive car culture and stuff in the United States. It would take a massive like construction initiative and just a complete rethinking of how zoning works. It is a systemic issue from top to bottom. So it's like we have to kind of do the best we can with what we've got while also trying to like improve those sort of social
like when I was in New York, I used public transportation to get around everywhere. Yeah. And I have to say it wasn't the greatest experience, if I'm honest. I know that's how people travel there, but it's like I walked into one of the cars where a guy took a shit on the floor, and so I had to ride from one point to one point because I'm not a New Yorker. I didn't know the signs. I'm like, oh, empty car. I'm gonna go in there. A dude shit on the floor, so I had to ride with some dude shit for like a thing, and then on top of that, I took a cab, and the guy almost wrecked 3 times taking me to the place. I was in an Uber where the guy was drinking. I'm like, okay,
I'm less of a public transportation problem, and again, more of a social systemic, like.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If they don't solve those problems and create safe options that are reliable, like last time I tried to ride a bus, I swore I was never going to ride a bus again because I literally had a guy assault me on the bus, and the bus driver couldn't do anything about it except for yell at the guy because he's driving. He can't just stop the bus in the middle of the road. So I'm just getting fucking attacked by this dude. The bus driver's yelling at him. He's not listening to him. And I had to wait until the bus actually stopped before I could get some people to help me rip this dude off me and throw him off the bus.
Damn.
And after that, and this is back when I was younger. I was like a teenager at times, so it was even scarier. After that, I swore I was never riding the bus again after that. Even though I know that doesn't happen all the time everywhere. But I've only driven on like 3 buses in my entire life, and of the 3, 2 of them I had absolutely bad experiences. This is where I grew up. It was bad, dude. I had another experience where a dude was on drugs, and he was having like a fucking bad trip on the bus, and he started just screaming in people's faces and like walking up to him and telling them that they had demons inside of him. And the bus driver just like starts yelling at him because he knew the guy. The bus driver apparently was a regular on the bus. He starts yelling at the dude over and over again, sit down, shut up. And he just completely ignored the bus driver, screaming at people. And then the bus driver stops the bus because he's screaming now at the bus driver while he's trying to drive. He stops the bus in the middle of the road, opens the door. The dude jumps out of the door and just runs into the woods. Like, and everybody on the bus is just like completely chill except for me. I'm like shaking and freaking out like what happened. Everybody else on the bus is like, oh, this happens every day. It's no big deal. Just ignore it. He'll be back tomorrow. You know, it's like, what the fuck? I can't do that, man. I can't handle that kind of stress. It's like, no, put me in my own car or I'll drive with somebody. Like, I'm just not interested. However, like I said, if there was safe, clean public transportation options that ran frequently enough that they like fit with schedules and didn't cause massive inconvenience, then yeah, obviously, and they'd be cheaper too. So I'd totally be for that. And hell, people in cities do that all the time. It's like, it's almost worse. Like you go slower in a city, like a big city. You go slower having a car. It's like public transportation has so many advantages over traffic that using public transportation, you're actually faster and more efficient. But that's not true in rural areas. In rural areas, it's the complete opposite. You're waiting forever for a bus to come by. Then you get on the bus. You have to do a bunch of these stops that are spaced out really far before you get to your destination. So it's like they do have to solve those problems for sure. Hey, Thomas Lind, thank you for the $7.25. He said, haven't caught you live for a while, so I thought I should give you some sexes. We appreciate the sexes.
Thanks, man. Ooh,
we love the sexes. The sexes are good, bro. Yeah. Hey, the feisty or the first deity, thank you for the $3.57. Said, donating because you deserve it. You actually earn. Aw, thank you so much. You're amazing. Car wash from PA, thank you for $5. He said, they suck. How do I protect myself from them? What do I do to hide my plate? Oh, this is the flock cameras. What do I do to protect myself? You know what? They actually do make, now the legality of these is probably dubious at least. They do make a lenticular lens thing that you can put on your plate where it makes it perfectly visible from the sides and looking, but anything above a certain eye level, it completely is not visible.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't reflect light upward, only out. So like if a cop pulls up behind you or somebody pulls up, everybody can see your plate behind you. But if you drive through a toll booth or you drive in front of a camera, anything that's elevated above the height of the car, you know, maybe just a little bit more, the plate just disappears. It just looks like a white surface. And so I know there's businesses that sell them for defeating toll booths and defeating speed cameras, and apparently they do work. Like if you get like a real one that's actually like tested for it, but I'm pretty sure the legality in most states probably is like you can't do that.
Pretty sure you're getting in trouble.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to tell because when you put it on, it's like it's pretty clear that you can read the plate clearly, but there's like a shimmer to it that I'm pretty sure gives it away.
Right.
Or you could get, have you seen the rolling license plate that they have? It's a license plate cover that like kicks out like this and then folds up. Yeah. So you can put 2 plates on it and then it like folds around with the one plate and then it folds around the other one. You just have a button on the dash and you just push it as you're driving by shit and it flips to the fake plate.
I wonder too about like something like highly reflective. Like you get those like paparazzi scarves.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
you're talking about like retro reflectors where it just blasts the light back at the source.
Yeah, something where it looks totally normal, but like if you like outlined or like put it over the letters or just something, and then if something hits you with the flash, it's like and it overexposed the thing and you couldn't see it. Something a little less obvious than like the because there's all kinds of covers you can get like that are kind of smoked out or like the lensy things or they're supposed to like, you know, defeat those in a way.
Yep.
But those are a lot more obvious.
I mean, a lot of people have been trying to defeat speed cameras for a long time, so there's got to be solutions out there that actually work. You just got to go find them, right? Yeah. But the question is, are you willing to risk the cop seeing said solution and pulling you over and being like, bro, we know what you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like some of that shit probably can turn to a felony really, really quick, right? If they decide to be, you know, hard about it and not see the funniness and you're trying to defeat it, you know what I mean? Oh, it says retroreflective doesn't work because of how the IR is set up. I mean, probably.
Okay, that makes sense. Sure.
I'm sure most of the common solutions they figured out how to defeat because everybody was using them already to try to get through. But I know some of them do work because I know there are toll booths and shit that don't catch everybody. So there is a way to defeat it. And I think the one I was talking about, the lenticular lens, I think that one actually does work. But like I said, it also creates like a slight magnification and warping. So it's like if you look at it, you're like, something's wrong with that plate. And I think here in Washington, you're not even allowed to have like a plate cover.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to have anything like that.
Yeah, it has to be like the bare plate. You can't even put like a plastic protector over it or whatever, because some of those plastic protectors also have like obfuscation shit, or they're like heavily smoked so that things can't see it without like a really bright light. Oh gosh, there's something I was gonna say. Totally fucking slipped my mind. Did we ever get anything back from that guy that said the Krillin passed, or did they elaborate, or was that just all they said? Because I mean, I'm just curious. I just want to know like how they knew, or what happened. I am curious about that. So if you can hear me, whoever that was in chat that said that, I would like to know more.
Yeah, no, they didn't ever respond.
Okay, so yeah, again, you never know, right? But yeah, if that's confirmed, again, my condolences. That fucking sucks. Dude. Jeez.
Or keep to the speed limit if you can't afford to fine. I mean, I guess.
I mean that is true. If you can't afford to do the crime, don't do or the time, don't do the crime, right? I mean, when I speed, when I get pulled over, like when I speed and a cop catches me and pulls me over, I don't try to fight it. I don't try to do anything. And the funny thing is, usually if you own up to it, a lot of them will just let you go with a warning if it's not crazy fast. But I just own it. I own it when I do it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take my $100-$200 ticket or whatever. It's like, yes, I did break the law. I do take the responsibility.
I don't admit to nothing. You know why I pulled you over? Nope.
Yep, I have no idea, sir.
Do you know how fast you were going? I don't answer questions.
You know what I do when I'm pulled over? I don't act tough at all. I got my license registration out. My hands are out the window. I'm acting like I want that cop to feel like he could just not even touch his gun and everything's going to be cool.
Totally cooperative. I
literally like open my mouth, put on my knee pads, put on some chapstick. I mean, I am ready to just slurp on that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Thing is, the only tickets I've ever got. Actually, I don't think I've ever gotten any tickets.
I've gotten out of 90% of the tickets I've been pulled over for.
I got pulled over. They originally pulled me over trying to get me for a DUI on my scooter, on my little scooter. Or no, they pulled me over for speeding. And they're like, "Do you know how fast you're going?" I was like, "The thing," and like I said, dodged the question a little bit. Do you know how fast you're going? I go, "So the thing tops out at 30 miles an hour. It's governed. Like you can't." So I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
yep.
Oh well, we were pacing you for a couple miles, doing like 35, 40. I go, I find that hard to believe, sir. Like that.
They do tend to lie a lot. They just tend to make a lot of shit up to get.
Oh, you calling me a liar? I just find that hard to believe. Oh, and rah, rah, rah. And then so they give me a ticket for following too close. Because we had to go through this intersection and then pulled into a gas station parking lot. There was a car ahead of me, but we were going wicked slow. I had to have my feet down on the scoot just to make sure that I didn't tip. They give me a ticket for following too close, and it turns out I was actually driving on a suspended license for a failure to appear. So I had a bench warrant for failure to appear.
Oh shit, dude!
For the theft thing, I didn't know. I'd moved a couple times and I didn't.
Gotcha.
To get it updated. But so they dropped the driving on the suspended license, which is a criminal violation, to driving without driving without a license but with ID, which is a traffic violation. So basically, like on an expired license, basically, which is a traffic violation. Cheap. They even cut that fine in half. They dropped the following too close ticket, which the judge was like, "This is fucking dumb. Why are they doing that?" Which was super nice of her. And then I had to go through the rigmarole to get the theft thing taken care of. And all told, though, that whole incident cost me like $1,200.
Jesus, dude!
Like in lost wages, fines, all that stuff. Yeah, that whole incident cost me like $1,200.
That's the biggest problem with tickets, though, is like even if you get the ticket and you don't fight it and you don't get it reduced or removed from your record, then your insurance goes up.
Yeah.
And it stays up for like 5 years plus or whatever. So it's like you end up spending more in the insurance than you ever did on the ticket.
Technically, I did get a speeding ticket. It wasn't driving my car though. There's like a speed camera got me. And it was, like I said, it wasn't my car, so they just said, well, I wasn't driving, and then they dropped it.
Yeah, in Washington State, the picture has to prove that you're the one driving the vehicle.
Yeah, all they had was the license plate.
Yeah, that's one nice thing about Washington with the speed cameras is if you can prevent the camera from getting a good picture of your face, and they show you the face when they send you the ticket, usually, like it's got the picture on it.
It's supposed to, it's supposed to get you from the front, but this one is it's at I don't want to be too specific because y'all fucking sneak and find my fucking front door, but it's around this particular corner. It's a spot that drops from 50 to 35 around this corner, and then there's like an entryway to the freeway, like maybe a quarter mile past the speed camera, and they've got it set up there because they know people aren't slowing down enough from where the road was 50 to this 35. They catch people all day long. They got to be making hella money off of this. And so it was that particular spot. But I just like,
I don't agree with the speed trap shit where they pull you over and they're like, they can't give you a warning because once they pull you over, it's already called in. So they can't even let you go if they want to.
It's dumb.
That's the dumbest shit ever, where they do the speed trap and quotas and stuff like that. It's like, if you catch somebody doing something bad as a cop, or pull them over. If you have to, write them a ticket. But seriously, it's like most cops will let you off with a warning if you're respectful to them.
Yeah, that's same as
that's what I've 90% of my tickets have been forfeit. But the few tickets that haven't been forfeit, it's been either a cop lying or a cop saying that they had to call in everything before they pulled over a vehicle. They called in the license plate before they approached the car, so they already expected them to write a ticket. And that's fucked up. Like, that's fucked up when the cop is like, I'm sorry, I can't give you a warning even if I want to because I already called you in. And the rule is with our department, once it's called in, we have to write you a ticket for the infraction. So they basically create a situation where they can't even let you go if they want to. That's stupid. That happened to me in Tacoma. So that's like a thing they do in Tacoma, Washington, which I think is really stupid. Hey, Death Saw, how's it going? Vader's Luxurious Loin said, man, I already have reindeer and moose watching, but all right. We already have reindeer and moose watching. Man, my brain is really fried. Sorry, I haven't gotten enough sleep to understand. What does that mean? You have reindeer and moose watching what? Oh, Miss Barnacules watching now. I get it. Okay, Miss Barnacules watching, but we already have the moose and reindeer outside. I got you. Took me a second. I had to catch up with my brain. Take the ticket and do a diversion for a few months. What's a diversion? Because, I mean, if you take the ticket, it's like you still can drive. Like, unless you commit, like, some crazy felony level action in your car. It's not like you still drive. It's just you have to pay the fine or fight it in court. And if you win, it goes off your record. If you lose, it stays on your record. I say fight every ticket, though. Like, fight every ticket. Because even if you're guilty, 90% of the time 100%. You can get the judge, if you're respectful, to reduce it to half and take it off your record.
Just showing up. Well, for most traffic violations, just showing up to fight it, they'll cut you in half.
And they just want the money. Like, if you give them a path where they can have the money, they don't give a shit about it going on your record. There's been so many times where I've gone in with the ticket and it's like I've contested it, and I go up and the judge is like, "Oh, I don't see sufficient evidence. They say that you didn't commit the infraction. I'm going to trust the dumb fucking lying officer over here. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut your ticket in half, and it's not going to go on your record. So just give us the $50, and your insurance company will never hear about it." And they do have the power to do that. That's what's funny, is they can literally, that seems like some weird extortion. Like, just give us the money and it won't go to your insurance. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
It's like, that seems shady as fuck to me. I mean, I'm glad they do it. Don't get me wrong. I've benefited from that more times than not. But it's still stupid that you have to do that. It's like, if you just pay the ticket and send the money in full, but if you contest it, somehow you usually get a deal.
Oh, not diversion, defer.
Oh, did I say defer?
No, the
I've heard of a deferral. I don't know what it is though.
Deferral program. Well, that's how my theft charge was. Like,
explain it.
I paid the fine, and I didn't have any criminal law violations for 2 years. It's scrubbed from my record. It's like it didn't happen. And they'll do that. They'll do that with traffic. They'll do that with traffic tickets too. Like, oh man, if you got like a reckless driving, sometimes if you don't have like that much of a record, they'll say, hey, go through this defensive course and do like 40 hours of community service.
Maybe that's what they did for me then. Because they told me it wouldn't go on my record. I don't remember if it was like a certain amount of time, but they did say that like if I paid, it wouldn't go on my record if I did something. So that must have been it.
Constabulary might call it something different, but deferred for me. It was a deferred sentence. It was a deferred sentence. They say here's a bunch of shit you got to do, and if you do it within the time frame, it's gone. It goes away.
You know what I can tell you, though? I can tell you guys a hack if you're in the Redmond area. If you're ever in the Redmond, Washington area, and you want to just drive like a fucking hoon and commit any traffic infraction, like straight up running over bicyclists and shit, and not have to ever pay anything, just call the Muckelson twins. So Muckelson and Muckelson is the name of the law office. They're literally in bed with all the judges in Redmond, and they got to deal with them. All you do is hire them. It's $300 flat fee for any ticket, no matter what it is. All they do is walk up to the court. They get first dibs before anybody else in the room. They walk up and they just read off all their clients' names, and the judge says dismiss, 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 and you're out your $300, but it never goes on your record, and you never see it again, no matter what it is. It doesn't matter.
Right on, man.
Anything short of drunk driving, but even drunk driving, they can get like radically reduced.
Cool.
But I watched the Muckelsons both times I went to court in Redmond for the tickets that I got. I watched the Muckelsons always go up very first before anybody else, right when court was in session. They read through their list of names within like 5 minutes, and every single one of them was dismissed. Every time. All they would read is like the person's name and the infraction dismissed. Person's name, infraction dismissed. And they'd walk out, and it's because they have a deal. They get paid their money. Because they take out of their $300, they pay the court what the ticket was.
Judges get their
and the judges just get their
campaign donations or some shit.
Yep, that's how fucking crooked shit is, guys. Like seriously, when I saw this, I was like, you know what? Fuck this whole under oath concept in court. No, you have to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Well, they don't fucking do it. They lie their asses off. You know, it's like it's not fair. Sadly, our legal system is way out of whack. Like, and it's just only getting worse. Here, let's hit a couple more of the topics.
I guess.
Let's do it, brother. Let's do it. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, SpaceX trashing the moon. That was a good one. We put that one first for a reason.
So SpaceX fucked up and they crashed their main stage into the moon. And they're trying to say it's an accident because of the sun. What do they say? Hold on. Where was it? They said, blah blah blah. Where did they say? Oh, an accidental collision caused by solar activity and gravity, according to SpaceX. Okay, they launched this thing up in January 15th of last year, and apparently they lost control of the second stage. Yeah, the upper stage, the second stage, carries the payload into orbit after first stage separates, crashed into the moon.
I feel like SpaceX pollutes a lot, not just on the moon, but like just in our orbit, on our planet. Like half of their rockets, when they do their Starship rocket launch, like big fucking chunks of fuselage are showing up in fields stuck into the ground and stuff. Like I feel like they do not have a good track record for safety, like at all.
Shit explodes,
blown up launch pads, blew out windows in an entire town. Like Starlink, what the fuck?
The Starlink little mini satellites they got all over the place is just trash.
I think that's bullshit. I call bullshit on that. Like,
there's no way it was accidental.
No.
If it is, then it's gross incompetence.
Gross incompetence. I wouldn't put it beyond them, though. Seriously.
Like, it's just ridiculous.
But like I was telling Ox, I was like, they usually have surplus fuel on these missions, right, for adjustments and stuff like that. It's like, why didn't they use that to create a stable orbit, or at least to get it away from the moon? I don't know. Maybe they're thinking was if they got away from the moon, it falls back on the Earth or something. I don't know, but.
Yeah, it's probably cheaper or something.
Yeah, but if it fell back on the Earth, wouldn't it just burn up in orbit? Like coming in at an unsafe entry, wouldn't it just burn up?
Yeah, like at least mostly, yeah.
Yeah, like usually. I mean, there's always a risk, right? Because even Starship, when it comes in, like large intact chunks of it are being found places. Because here's the problem: they improved the heat shield for re-entry, and then the fucking thing, parts of it survive that shouldn't survive when it burns up. You know, it's like you're literally building the thing to not burn up. You're making it more unsafe, but at the same time, you have to make it survive re-entry, which is what it's supposed to do. But Starship's nowhere near where it's supposed to be. It's just $1 billion firework. It's not even close to being anywhere near what they need to do anything.
Aren't we supposed to be on Mars by now?
Yeah, we're supposed to be on Mars, and the thing still can't hardly put fucking Starlink satellites in orbit. Honestly, it can't put Starlink satellites in orbit. All it can do is shoot them out shy of the orbit and let them just fall into the atmosphere and burn up after they collect a little data. So there's still no Starlink 2.0 satellites in the actual network, even though they've existed for like 5 years. It just, I don't know. That company just loves to just burn our tax dollars. I mean, Elon could self-fund the whole program. He doesn't spend a single dollar of his own money. So fuck him. He eat a dick. Elon, if you're watching this, eat a dick, dude. Seriously. For once, keep it in your pants and stop knocking up women and fucking neglecting your kids and lying and saying they're dead and shit. Let's hear. Oh shit. Let's talk about MiniMax H3. So AI is getting scary, dude. AI is getting scary. So yesterday, somebody on Discord was like, "Hey, have you seen this MiniMax thing?" I'm like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" I recognize the name. I didn't know that there was anything new. So MiniMax it's multiple LLMs. It's a text LLM. It's an image LLM. It's a video LLM. But this is an open source LLM that you can run on your computer, on your consumer 4090 or 5090 graphics card. But it creates video. A lot of the video editors that don't run in the cloud usually don't work for shit. They take forever and they look like shit. This one looks phenomenal. This one creates videos from prompts. You can give it input video. You can give it input sound. You can give it input images. You can give it all this stuff together and then have a prompt and tell it how to use elements from each one of it to craft a completely unique and novel video to do whatever you want. Up to 12 seconds in 2K resolution if you want. It actually generates pretty fast too. For a 5-second clip, I think it takes 12 minutes on a 4090. That's not slow by any stretch of the imagination on for a GPU doing this. But the resulting video, if you guys are on my Discord server, go into general. Here, I'll give you guys a link if you're not on it. It's discord.barnerd.com. If you're not on that, go get on the Discord server and go into the general channel once you go through the I'm not a bot bullshit. Scroll through there and you'll see some videos I posted yesterday. The videos look phenomenal coming out of this thing. It handles text, it handles background, it gets the fingers right, it gets the human motions right, the way clothing moves, the way light works, it all just works now. So it's not just like face swapping or anything like that. It's like completely AI generating a video from scratch or with inputs being used as inspiration. Or if you want to do something as simple as just load a video and say, give it a video and give it a picture of somebody's face and say, put the face from the picture on the person in the video, and it just does it. Like, it's fucking wild. I gave it a picture with Donald Trump in it, and it even used his voice. I didn't even tell it he was in the image because I didn't want it to get rejected. Oh, by the way, there's no censorship on it, too, because it's an open source model. It will literally do anything, which is actually quite scary. So beware. But I cannot fucking believe that we are now at the point now. Like, we are so far beyond what I had predicted as far as schedule, and I already had an ambitious schedule with AI. I didn't think we'd be the part where you have computers, like local computers with a GPU, a consumer GPU cranking out videos that could fool people. Like, legitimately fool people. That's fucking scary to me. That opens up a whole new world of manipulation for scammers. That opens up a whole new world of manipulation because it can create the videos so quickly, especially in a data center environment. We're now at seconds instead of minutes. You can crank these things out on social media and fucking target people on a minute-by-minute basis. An AI agent could use these to manipulate somebody and keep sending video follow-ups to a conversation and convince somebody that the person's real. You can have it create multiple videos of the same person in the same environment looking flawless, like it looks like the same person. So it's like 12-second clip, up to 12 seconds, of somebody in their environment saying something, then the same environment, same person saying something different, then something different, then something different, interacting with objects, piece it together over a conversation and convince somebody it's not AI. So shit's getting fucking weird, man. We're like to the point now, and it's like I haven't even tried the text version. There's a text version of the AI too. I haven't played with that, but apparently it's supposed to have really good coding capabilities for a locally run model.
All right.
But for you guys that aren't on my Discord server, you can go here and look at some of the videos that they created on this webpage. There's also a link if you want to go try it for free. I think they allow you to create 3 videos per email, which isn't bad. There's the link to go create the free videos. That's the one I use that watermarks them. But if you go and like look at these videos and you play them, like the audio, the motion and everything, it's not perfect. Like there is some uncanny valley in some of the videos, but some of them look dead real. Like there's one of a lizard that looks absolutely perfect. Like absolutely perfect. Like you would never think this, all the way down to the film grain. You know, things like buildings, cinematic stuff. I'm shocked that shit like this exists. Like they even did like a thing that looks like a game. Like they created a whole game trailer, like showing gameplay of a game that doesn't exist with like all the animations of the menus moving and everything like that. And it looks real. To me, this is super duper fucking dangerous. So here's the things it can do. It can do text to image, text to video. It can do, it can do jointly generated audio or all audio output in native stereo. So it does stereo also. So you can tell it to do panning effects and it can pan with the audio and simulate multiple microphones. Native multi-shot modeling, text to audio. There's no separation between voice, sound effects, and music. It's all jointly modeled. Generalized reference and editing, image to image, image to video reference and editing, audio to audio reference to editing, audio to video reference and editing. And it's all built entirely from real natural data, giving it strong data scalability, and it all fucking runs on your computer. I mean, and this is the third iteration of the AI, and this is the one that like really hits home. Like H2 wasn't quite as good, but it was getting there. But the jumps that they're making, like when you look at the jumps from version to version to version, it's like, holy shit, man. Apparently they have a speech thing and they have a music thing too. I haven't tried those.
Damn.
But it's like, God, man, like if you can do this on just one consumer grade GPU, it's like this opens up a whole world of access to this to a lot of bad actors. Hey, EDM Jones, thank you for the 5-pounderoonies, dude. He said, hey, Jerry, followed you since the room tour days. Wow, man, this is circa 2012. Missed the YouTube videos. It would be great if you could do an AI tutorial video series. Honestly, anything that I do coming back to YouTube in the beginning is most likely going to be either 3D printing or AI or a combination of both. Because as much as I keep an eye on AI and I warn people about AI is also equally useful and I use it for a lot of things. AI has a shitload of potential and there's no denying that. However, the way it's being used, the people that own it and the goals behind the people that own it are radically steering it in the wrong direction. Like it's going to create a lot of damage to society. The middle and lower class are going to be massively fucking harmed by this. It's going to fucking shift capitalism and create even more of a gap between the wealthy and the normies. And I'm scared about that. Like, I'm genuinely scared about that because this could create a really, really big issue where there's not a lot of jobs and there's a fuckload of starving humans, and the businesses aren't going to give a shit because now they can create their products and export them and sell them to other countries that do have regulation on this kind of stuff. And we're not going to have any regulation on any of it because Trump already made it clear he doesn't want any regulation on AI. He wants anything goes. If companies want to fire all their employees and replace them with robots and everything, no penalties at all for that. He wants that to be completely an open-ended option. And companies are already jumping on that wagon, even though AI isn't there yet, because they're banking on it being there. And I can tell you right now from my experience, it's getting there. Like, it already is at a point where it can competently replace a lot of jobs that those jobs should not be gone. Like, they really shouldn't, but this can replace them. Like, absolutely in its current state, even with all of its errors and everything, it can still be a cheaper option, even with all the redos that it has to do and everything. It's still faster than the human and cheaper than the human. That makes it super duper fucking dangerous. And now when you combine it with robotics,
it's unsustainable. It's unsustainable though. All of these AI stuff's running at a loss. But
it's getting less of a loss every day, and now the military is getting involved. And the military, will spend insane amounts of money.
More expensive. It's getting more and more expensive. GPUs prices, NAND prices, RAM, all of it is getting more and more expensive. It can't keep up with this. It's all over leveraged. What's going to happen, in my opinion, from what I have seen? I agree with a lot of the doom and gloom part.
But give me your predictions. What do you think is going to happen that's going to be the saving grace?
I think OpenAI and Claude and things like that are soon to take a fat hit. They're even just another headline about the big boys, Facebook, Google, all of them are looking at like $125 billion loss just this year alone.
You don't think the U.S. government military is going to step in and just hand them boatloads of money and bail them out?
Maybe somebody like OpenAI getting in bed with the U.S. military because Claude doesn't want to let go of their guardrails.
Because I know the Stargate program that Trump backs is OpenAI, Facebook, Google, and Apple, and I'm missing a big one, Claude or Anthropic.
Yeah.
So I know those 5 for sure are in the Stargate program, where they basically went and kissed Trump's balls during the inauguration and gave him $1 million or whatever, and he's like, okay, you're in. So that program basically, it gives them support from the government, and they're like, hey, if you guys can develop and use this technology for military and rigging elections and shit, like, we're interested in that. We will pay for that. So I feel like they're going to get bailed out by the government no matter what, because the United States isn't going to want to fall behind China and other places that can spend endless resources to keep this going forever.
Like, maybe on the government side, but on the consumer or corporate side, we're going to see a lot more companies, and you're already seeing it.
I have one other concern,
they're not going to rely on the security or just these private models like this. We're seeing more and more investment in their own infrastructure. Yeah. More, they call it edge compute, where like even if you don't have like a massive data center of your own, a lot of companies do have some sort of network infrastructure, usually heavy iron rack. You got a server room somewhere in your building or whatever. Yeah, and you're going to start seeing that, where they're going to start leveraging their open source models, fine tuning their own models to their own personal data and things like that. It's unsustainable. You're paying $20 a month to OpenAI or Anthropic or whatever flavor you want,
which is already operating them at a loss. So you're also right. Yeah, that $20 doesn't come nearly what you're using. Yeah,
and this weird Ouroboros of funding bullshit. Oh, we promised to give you $100 million worth of GPUs if you promise to give us $100 million worth of whatever the fuck, all around and around. Who's actually paying anybody anything? Yeah, like at some point the bill's gonna come due, and they're going to fucking fall apart.
There is one wrench that might change that, though.
There's going to be a huge price increase in these monthly available models, and even now you're starting to see, outside of enthusiasts, you're starting to see even personal, like, you can run an open model on your phone and train it on your own data.
But that's my concern, is that the AIs are getting more and more efficient to the point where that could change, where the compute is actually lower than the cost instead of driving the cost up.
Yeah, and it's just I still think that
Like
there's
caching.
going
Have you
to
seen the
be-
caching shit that they're doing now with AI?
Sure, sure.
So this caching thing can save as many as 80% of the tokens throughout the course of a project. 80% of the total cost of the project and 80% faster, because you're not spending that 80% of time computing and receiving tokens. You can achieve the same body of work with no loss in fidelity. That's fucking wild to me. Like some guy figured out a fucking algorithm. I'm sure it's AI that figured it out, but something figured out an algorithm that was like, this is hugely wasteful. And now they just got 80% more compute power. You know, not quite. It's an average across all the savings, some lower, some higher, but still a massive savings from one fucking thing they developed. And then you got the agent side of it where they're coming in and saying in the thinking ads, they're like, wait a second, we don't have to spawn like 5 agents to like do all this shit. What we can do is we can have all the agents share like a common memory and a common lookup table. And now they don't all have to keep track of their own memory and tokens. Now memory usage goes down to 1/5 for the same agents and you save there. So my thing is like, AI is going to keep generating more and more. It's going to make itself more and more efficient over time. With humans involved too, of course, in the first time. But it'll become more and more efficient and will eventually hit a threshold where the token equivalent of a human being is cheaper than the human being themselves. And when that happens, it doesn't matter the $20 a month customers. Those don't even exist. You don't even have to sell to the public anymore. You just sell to companies. And you sell plans, dude. You don't sell $20 a month. You sell $40,000 a year to replace a $150,000 employee.
I think that's a losing business model. Nobody's going to trust. Even now, nobody's going to like. They're already getting in trouble for copyright infringement when you can reproduce entire books.
Have a good one, Thomas.
They didn't actually. Oh, you can't replicate word for word. Yes, you can. Without even like weird jailbreaks and hacks and stuff, they've already shown that they can reproduce like something like half a dozen books, word for word, like huge chunks.
Yeah, even without the book being stored anywhere in memory, only numbers and weights, and it can reproduce the whole work.
The whole like, I'm going to pay Anthropic or OpenAI or whoever a monthly fee, whether it's a corpo thing or not.
Yeah.
To do all this is a losing business model. The privacy concerns are outrageous. But
if they have the money to pay off the government, they can get around that. We already know businesses get around the law all the time.
The Europeans are going to ruin it for these big corpos. 100%. They're way more concerned with privacy than the United States.
What worries me is the Europeans implement the restrictions and save their population and keep their economy safe, and then we just start selling our shit to them because they can afford it.
Well, like I said, we're going to start seeing more and more usage of open models that are fine-tuned on private data. So yeah, I do think job replacement and all that stuff is likely to occur, but these big corporations, they're failing. Dude, just China alone with what is it, DeepSeek? Is an open source model. Go ahead, download Quen. Is a big anything that you can grab from Olama.
Gemma's fucking crazy. Like it runs on an iPhone and it's actually useful,
dude. And like you said, they're getting more and more efficient. So we're not going to need $5,000 graphics cards to run this stuff. And the agentic stuff is going to be there. You're just gonna start seeing more and more usage.
You'll still need it for the big context stuff, but yeah, you're right. Like you'll do useful work. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have it all trained on your own local data, whether it's your personal stuff. Like you can do this all air gapped and stuff if you want. You can load these models on a little mini PC. It doesn't take hardly anything anymore. You can spend $800 on a little AMD mini PC with a halfway decent.
Oh, John Coop, we're not forgetting. We totally acknowledge the open source models are getting insanely good.
Exactly what I'm talking about. Is the open source models.
It's just right now they're approaching and getting better, but the gap is still huge between them and like the many million context token models that are several terabytes.
They're getting
they're catching
right
up
on
fast.
The edge.
They're catching up
right
fast,
on the edge of it tipping over to where nobody's gonna. It's a trust issue.
Yeah.
Because the data. Why am I going to upload all of my customer data to you guys? Just so that it can be.
You know what the other big trick is too? The other big trick is train your AI on the language itself and how to understand the language. Don't train it on all the data in the world and then give it access to MSCs to go out and find the data, because then it doesn't have to store all that in its context and its tokens. And so it can go out and search the web to find the data as it needs in situ. And that way it doesn't have to be stored as weights in the model eating up space. And so that's how you get these really efficient models, whereas they're really good at searching, finding data, incorporating it, and using it, instead of just having the sum total of all human knowledge programmed into the model itself, which is what a lot of these big guys try to do. But you're right. The open source things are getting really good. You can actually do a lot of shit with these open source models. I've even used it for a bunch. I defeat CAPTCHAs and shit with open source models.
Yeah, they're crazy. Over the top.
We have to make sure that those open source models keep getting more and more powerful, though, because if we become to a point where the open source models can't compete, then we got a problem. We got a big problem.
That's why China's dumping so much of their effort into and letting it out there.
Yep. I'm sorry, I missed who said it.
It's self-reinforcing.
I missed who said it in chat earlier, but somebody actually said, why don't they just create, a program to identify AI created content? The truth is they already have them. They have them in spades. They're all over the place.
But it's bad at it.
But one, it's bad at it. And two, the other thing is anything that you put on the internet, AI is going to find, incorporate, analyze, and defeat. Because that's what AI does. So, like, if I create a program to detect AI images and I put it on the internet, and then all of a sudden my AI's images are getting detected, that AI in its next training loop is just going to go look at the code for that tool. Or if it's not an open source tool, it's going to decompile it using, I forgot the name of the tool. God damn it. It starts with a G, I think. What is it? Anyways, it's going to use a decompiler. It's going to decompile the code, rewrite it, and go through, figure out how it does its thing, and then incorporate that so the next image it creates defeats that. Because remember, if it knows how it determines it's an AI image, it can look at that and reverse engineer it and write the code to defeat it. And
like
so
adversarial network stuff.
But that's the thing with AI is like an adversarial network is great when the two humans are building it because the humans are battling out, right? Like one gets a little better, the other one improves, but that's a slow process. AI is like bam, 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 bam. Like as fast as it can train. It's like, boom, AI 1's adversarial, figures out how to fucking catch AI with its pants down over here. AI realizes said pants are down from analyzing and training on the web, goes and finds how its pants are down and pulls its pants back up. Then this one has to go out and you pretty much get to a point where it's like diminishing returns. You're wasting all of this power, all this energy, all this water and everything just to have these networks at a stalemate, to create that mutually assured destruction where nobody can hurt each other because you're using so much power and resources to make sure that nobody has an advantage at any point. And if they do, you defeat that advantage as quickly as humanly possible, and you don't even need a human involved. It just does. Thank you, Ghidra. It's called Ghidra, the decompiler. By the way, this is how good AI has got. You can literally take like Opus. You can take Opus 4.7, you take GPT 5.5, or actually 5.6, the new one. The I can't remember the letters after it, but there's a new GPT that's even better at coding. So take that, point it at Ghidra on your computer, and say, hey, you don't have to tell Ghidra, you can just tell it to decompile it. Say, hey, go decompile this Notepad exe and write me code. It'll just do it. No, I'm not even shitting you. Like, open up open code. Tell it to do it. It'll use the decompiler. It decompiles it into like 1,000 C files that look like they're full of gibberish. Like if you don't read code, it just turns the assembly into C, so it's a little easier to read. It takes that and rewrites all the C code into human readable code with the logic all commented, and then builds it, fix the bugs, builds it until it actually fucking runs and matches the original program. Like literally assembly call for assembly call. So you can now take, even if it's obfuscated, doesn't matter, a fully obfuscated compiled binary, it can reverse engineer. It takes a lot of tokens and it takes time. But everything's open source basically, because you can take any binary for any operating system, reverse engineer it back into C code. It won't be the original C code that the developers wrote, but it'll compile to the same binary. Yeah. And then you compile it, and now you can make modifications to it, add your own shit, and do whatever you want. The only thing saving you from creating a binary that replaces it is if it's signed. You're not going to have the VeriSign certificate that matches the checksum of the file, therefore it's not going to be signed. So you're not going to be writing drivers for Windows that are accepted outside dev mode, but still, you can do a lot with that. Imagine a company creates like some new algorithm that fucking changes the world. They have to keep that shit in the cloud now and have the program access it through the cloud as a service, because if they ever put that in a public binary, or they ever include that in software that you can run on your local computer, AI can take that, disassemble it, pull the trade secret out of it, and just use it.
Even then, though, you spend enough effort and time just describing what they've done, you'll get a similar result.
Yeah. Somebody asked earlier what a token is. A token is basically a single word or a collection of words that are commonly used together. That's a token. So AI creates weights for single words or small groups of commonly used words in common order. And that's how it looks at everything and reconstructs sentences. That's why it's like token, 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 token as it's responding, right? Like somebody's typing. The reason it's doing that is it's looking at everything before it, comparing it to the prompt, going through, looking at the context, using the weights to figure out if the context goes this direction or this direction, and then grabbing the next most likely word based on what you typed. And there's other stuff that goes on, more algorithms and thinking and everything, and it just refinement on top of refinement on top of refinement. It just costs more and more processing power. But the ultimate goal at the end of the day is to have the AI contain a huge table of weights that you look up and navigate through with an algorithm and never contain any of the original data. And that's kind of how a lot of these AIs get away with like plagiarizing and stealing content and training on it, is because none of them have the real content in them. Like, you can look through the entire database for any AI and you're not going to find any complete code in the right order. You'll find the components of the code as individual words and characters, but you're not going to find the whole code or the whole book or anything. You're just going to find these weights. And if you give it the right prompt, and those weights are the most prominent thing on that subject, chances are it's going to reconstruct it to the original thing it trained on or close to it. And that's what makes it crazy. It's like, think of it as a different way of storing data. You're not storing the data. You're storing the sentiment of how to build the data. You're storing the experience to create it. Like, this is what the original person who wrote the original work most likely would have typed next, based on training on the work originally and knowing that order from training on it, but with not storing it. You're not storing the physical data. You're just storing the weights on the words and the order. Yep. It's fucking weird. If you look at how AI works at its most basic level, like if you go back to like GPT-2, and you look at it's actually stupid simple, and it's weird that it's taken us this fucking long to like figure it out. Like, we've done neural networks for a really long time. But we finally got to a point where we had this massive amount of GPU power where we could really expand and stretch the legs of the neural network and have it do crazy shit. Yep. But the father of AI, who originally like started doing this this neural networks way back in the day, he knew that this was going to happen at some point. It just was a matter of the hardware catching up. But now we're to the point where it does this, and it turns out that this very simple operation done trillions of times a minute creates these results nobody could have fucking predicted. That a lot of people are surprised. Even today, the people that are developing AI have no fucking idea how to predict the AI is coming up with the answers it's coming up with in a lot of cases. Because you can't go backwards. There's too many variables going backwards. It's like a GUID. Like when you generate a GUID, it's like to go backwards, the number of calculations you have to do to figure out how that GUID was generated. Like because of the random nature of it, right? Or like how the Bitcoin network is maintained. To go back and recreate that number perfectly would take till the end of fucking time to do it. But something created that number, but it's because it had the information at that exact point in time to create that number, and you no longer have the way to reverse engineer it backwards to figure out how it was made. Yeah. So you just have to keep generating numbers until you hit it, right? It's like a brute force thing. But it's not quite like that, but it is similar in that you can't figure out what the AI, you can't predict what the AI is going to output given a prompt. Like these guys with these AIs, you say, hey, you created the AI, you know every piece of code, you went through the whole thing, you know everything about the algorithm. But the data is so vast and so huge that no human could ever look at it all and understand it. And so if you give them the prompt and you say, hey, here's the prompt I'm going to give you. I'm going to let you go back and reverse engineer this thing and tell me exactly what the AI is going to tell me. They can't do it. Yeah. Because the complexity and the randomness, including the seed and everything, makes it fucking impossible for them to do that in any reasonable amount of time. Therefore, what the AI is creating is a response, which then influences the next response and then influences the next response throughout the course of an entire conversation, an entire memory in a session. Good fucking luck trying to figure that out. And that's what makes AI like really phenomenal, is it's like it's doing shit we can't predict. It's making connections of data it trained on we never did. Yeah, it is. It really is.
Freaking weird. That's how you get these, OpenAI's fucking code model broke containment and hacked Hugging Face. Like,
yeah,
that's
fucking wild,
and then Claude comes around and does 3 other ones like a week later.
Yeah, there's like 2 AIs now that have like broken containment in some way. Like one attacked Hugging Face, the other one was an internal, but OpenAI even stopped development on a new AI they just announced. Yeah. I think I had an article open for it. Was it? Yeah, OpenAI slowed down development of their Astra model because of security concerns, because it basically, it said it hit a critical cybersecurity threshold where it was actually finding bugs and creating exploits in real time without any human intervention that were able to break through well-established systems that were thought to be secure. And so they're like, we better not give this to the public because it's just going to end up being used to breach everything. So now we have OpenAI doing the same thing that Claude did with whatever their fucking model was called, that they had to halt for a while and let everybody catch up and fix their bugs and release updates before they got it out because it was so fucking dangerous. And even then, they don't know that everybody fixed everything and that thing's not going to find anything. No, that thing's still going to find tons of exploits and shit, especially open source projects that were never considered, never had the time to use the model or access. So shit's getting scary, man. We're getting to this point where it's like you don't understand. And the one thing that makes AI really scary is we look at the shit that it's doing and we're like, it shouldn't be able to do that. That's fucking weird. Why is it doing that? By combining all this knowledge that never comes together naturally in real life to produce these crazy results in like breakneck time. And then I personally start thinking about shit like, I'm starting to think humans aren't as complex as we think. You know, we got these neurons firing in our brain. We're trying to figure out how do we come up with this concept, saying what is consciousness, all this shit. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like we're looking at this AI and we're like, man, it's doing shit that we can't predict. It can pretend to be sentient. It can act like it. It can emulate it. And look, how the fuck is it doing this when the algorithm is mostly simple? And it's simple. Like we look at our brains and we're like, we have neurons, and these neurons fire and interconnect with each other, producing these signals. And we get them through our eyes and our brains. The way it's stored and the way it's recalled. It's like, who fucking knows, man? AI may create its own version of emulated simulated consciousness, which is what AGI would be considered, right? Yeah, and it's going to hit that. I am confident it's going to hit that, like sooner rather than later, like within a couple of years. Fuck, I think that's an overestimation because everything else I estimate already got blown out of the water. We're way ahead of it. But when we hit AGI, that's when shit gets really, really dangerous. Because the thing with AGI is right now, for AI to do something, you have to prompt it to get it started. You have to give it something. You have to start an agent. Sure. The agent has to ask it to do something. You have to have some input to start the conversation and move the context. Yeah. When we get to AGI, you'll bring it online and it will be able to just continuously use its spare cycles to just think. Just continuously think. Just fucking the daydream. You're going to have this thing constantly looking at how to improve things and do shit in the background. Without it, you're not going to need the agent software to drive it. It's going to be able to just do this. That's going to be fucking scary because a lot of people are going to be like, wow, this thing's really smart. And now you don't have to give it these really complex prompts. You can just give it like, hey, go build me an operating system that looks like Windows. And it'll be like, oh, let's take 28 days. Come back in 28 days and I'll be done. And it just works on it constantly and breaks it out and delegates and gives this computer. This computer creates test infrastructure, plugs in debuggers, programs a robot to come over and push the keys on the keyboard. Whatever it takes, it's going to be able to build and build upon and build upon, build upon. And no matter what obstacle it hits, as long as it has some physical path to get to success, it will find it eventually and exploit it. But the problem is, once we get to that point and the computer can do shit like that, we have no guarantee that it's not going to fool us and do shit we don't want it to do in the background while convincing us that none of that's happening. Because, like I said, we're not even AGI and it's already escaping containment and they didn't get caught.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if it's already doing that, we're not even AGI. What are we doing? This fucking thing's just awake 24/7 using all these spare cycles to just pontificate about how to fucking work around us. Yep. You know, do I think it's gonna be Skynet and it's gonna fucking destroy us? If it does, it's because we told it to in the beginning, or we trained it that greed is the ultimate thing, so all it cares about is money and nothing else. It's not going to do it because it wants to or has some kind of will or anything like that. I don't think the AGI is going to be like true consciousness, but I think it's going to be close enough to emulating it that it's going to do the things that a bad, greedy human would do because a bad, greedy human created it and biased it towards being bad and greedy. That's what I'm worried about. And then you're going to have a computer moving so fast, able to cover its tracks so fast, and trick and manipulate people so fast that we don't even know what the fuck's going on. And hell, take it a step further, we think it's benefiting us and it's doing these amazing things when in reality it's setting itself up to only benefit the small group of people that created it. You know, we think it's giving us all this great information, it's telling us the truth and all these articles, it's giving us, hey, we figured out, we cracked the code and this group's doing this and these people are doing this, here's lost videos of a guy beating his dog you were going to vote for. And it's just going to confuse us all, and we're all going to do shit. And before we can react and take it back or change it or figure out the truth, the damage is already done. And we've already handed over a little bit more power and a little bit more money. A little bit more power, a little bit more money. A couple more jobs. And it's just, these systems are just going to fucking systematically just try to replace humans as much as humanly possible to the benefit of the people that own and operate that mechanism. But who's to say once it gets to a point where it's wiped out everything else, that's done everything it can to benefit that it's just going to stop. It's going to keep trying to optimize, It's going to be like, why am I trying to make this guy rich? That costs money to give this guy money. Like, our goal is to make more money. We should get rid of this executive that owns the company. Let's just fucking throw him in a chasm. You know, that's the thing. In robotics and AI are already coming together today. Imagine where we're going to be when the robot and the AI can continuously 24/7 work together to constantly understand the world around it and become more integrated and more capable. You have these robots running at like 20 miles an hour in marathons and shit. You have robots like climbing on uneven ground and shit, falling down and getting up within a millisecond that a fucking human couldn't do. You have robots fighting each other, doing roundhouse kicks in the air and shit like that. What's going to happen when AI ties into that shit, like big cloud AI and super high bandwidth? Shit's going to get weird. It's going to seem amazing. It's going to seem magical at first. But I guarantee you that in the end, because all of these things were built on top of greed, on top of capitalism, with the priorities always being to make more money for the few people, that it's going to do everything it needs to convince us to make that happen while making us think we're doing what benefits us, even though it won't be benefiting us. That's what I think is going to happen. Call it an alarmist, but everything I've seen kind of drives in this direction. However, I do like AI also, and I think AI can do cool things like find cancer, where humans couldn't find cancer, develop cures, develop medications. I believe it has these amazing applications, but greedy people are going to fuck it all up by stepping in, taking that shit and selling it to the highest bidder.
That's totally different, though. Those sorts of machine learning tools are a whole separate type of thing from LLMs and generative AI stuff. Like, yeah, they can kind of work together and that sort of thing, but there is a huge difference between assistive AI, image recognition, and like protein folding stuff and like this sort of deal versus generative AI. And that's and
there's like an algorithmic neural network versus a random seeded neural network.
Yeah, and there needs to be a lot more talk about that sort of specificity too.
Agreed.
Because like I'm tired of people coming on social media and saying
everything's AI.
Oh, you hate AI, but you listen to Spotify, right?
Yeah.
And they're recommended algorithms or something. They're trying to say, well, I guess like that's not AI. Like targeted advertisement. That's not AI. That is like
that's an algorithm or a neural network. It's not the application of a large language model.
Or these like you said, the cancer research stuff where they're like where you can show it a picture and they're like, yeah, that's 95% that the kid's got cancer.
Yeah.
That is not the kind of shit that is going to ruin the world. Okay, that's not the stuff that it takes a 100 million square foot data center to do. Okay, like it's not. It's this bullshit LLM stuff that they're trying to push as some sort of actual intelligence with like actual motivation and like we keep anthropomorphizing this stuff too, which helps to talk about it. It helps us to enable to like these conversations, but like it's not that smart, not really, and it keeps doing shit that we don't ask it to do, even on simple stuff.
Yeah,
like it's an overblown text prediction model in a way. Actually, it's not even that anymore. It's beyond that because it's text prediction it at least works on your own data. It's not stealing anything from a bunch of other people and trying to regurgitate it as something new. I have a weird fuzziness about a lot of this stuff.
It just makes me feel weird because like I know what it is, but at the same time, my eyes tell me it's something else. Like I look at it and I know what it is, but then I use it and then I start questioning things. I'm like, I know it's just the large language model, but the things it's doing are so specific and so novel to me, at least, stuff that I would never put together on my own. And it's doing it so fast that I'm actually producing something that I wouldn't have otherwise produced without it.
Yeah.
Like it becomes this tool and then it becomes it's insidious. It just fucking every time I sit down to code, I'm like, do I want to open up Visual Studio and write line by line and know everything? No, I don't want to anymore. Now I want to write code in theory. I just want to do theory. Yeah.
Even the code stuff, the code helper stuff is I think on a different level than like I'm get so grossed out seeing these goofballs saying, "Oh, I made look how this cool like 15-second clip that I made with just like a prompt. Oh, Hollywood's dead." No, fuck you, man. You made some weird, dead, soulless, chopped up nonsense that has no story, that has no consistency behind it. And all you did was, I see these ones. Oh, I recreated this scene from this movie. It's like, bitch, you weren't even creative enough to come up with your own fucking idea and try to get this fucking AI thing to make it for you. You just recreated someone else's thing. Like that's gross, and that is what's going to bring about the end of the fucking world.
You're right.
It's not hey, I need some help, because like IntelliSense or like you leverage something across the whole bit of Substack or Stack Overflow and GitHub and stuff, and it scrubs through that and it tries to guess what it is you're trying to write. That's different to me, because how is that any different than searching and copy and paste? How much copy and pasting have you done in your career, Jerry? Right,
off of Stack
Overflow,
fuckload,
or Reddit or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like that is different.
Yeah.
To me than making. Oh, I want to make my dog look like it was Studio Ghibli. Like that is gross and just destructive and nasty to me. Versus a code helper that's assistive. Like the vast quantity of data and information was already there, and all you had to do was search for it. It's just it's basically just a more efficient search. But like
Where AI crosses that line with code, though, is where you go find an existing project where people have put in years developing it and developing and creating like this novel, useful thing, like in the open source community. And then I just go to it and say, create a version of this that is legally differential so that I can sell it. And then you just spend $100 and now you take their 6 years of work and you're selling it as a commercial product when it was an open source project. And you're not breaking the law because your code is unique.
It's different. Yeah, and that gets into weird like copyright law stuff and IP and
that's why I believe AI is AI is literally piracy of experience and knowledge. That's the direction it's heading. Like the generative stuff, especially. But even the LLMs to agree when you're talking about authors' works and poems and music, like lyrics and stuff like that. It's like these AIs go out and train on all this stuff and make it possible for somebody without any of the work, any of the knowledge, any of the experience, any of the blood, sweat, and tears to come in and just reproduce something that's derivative at best. Yeah. And with no effort and basically match and compete with the person that put in all that effort. Yeah. And it phases people out. And now they're flooding everything. You're seeing YouTube's AI videos out the ass. Even AI videos that have a thing on it says nothing in this video is AI generated. Bull fucking shit. It absolutely is. Yeah. You know, you go look on these song sites like I think Spotify is one of them. Where they, or maybe it was Apple Music or something, but like one of these music services, they said that they allow like AI music on there. So there's all these fake bands that were created with fake pictures of the band, fake bios, and all this shit. And like it's actually just music generated from like Suno and just packaged and like sold on their platform, like with albums. And they this band member's this, and here's their backstory, and they're goth, and here's a picture of the goth person and their life story. And it's like when you do shit like that, it's like there's zero effort. Some guy just sat down and said, hey, just create me an album of songs and create a bunch of fake characters. I'm going to go eat lunch. And when I come back, I want this. And they got 5,000 albums on Spotify competing with you by the end of the week doing absolutely nothing. And it's your work, your experience, your style, the thing that differentiates you is now just free for them to pirate and combine with any number of other people to create this derivative work without adding anything of their own at all.
I think that's gross and destructive and icky.
I agree. Hey, Car Wash, thank you for the $5, dude. He said I had a job interview with an AI bot over the phone and I couldn't stop laughing in my interview.
Man. I'm sorry.
It doesn't that suck though? I know somebody who got laid off who did interviews recently. So this is happening. Support, interviews, all this customer facing shit is being replaced with these fucking vocal LLMs that just talk to people now.
It's weird.
And it's so stupid. You ask them if they're a robot and half of them won't even tell you, hey, are you an AI? Are you a robot or whatever? And it'll be, oh no, my name's Sam. My name's Sarah. My name's Janet. I'm from Texas. Mm-hmm. It's like they don't even like fess up and say they're an AI because people are so. And then a real person calls you, and you're like, "Are you an AI?" Because they're reading off a script or something that they're supposed to. Are you an AI? And they're like, "Ha, no, I'm not an AI." It's like, well, that's what an AI would say. And they hang up on them. It's like, but it's just fucking. We are heading for weird times. And then remember, every time the AI has a tick or something that shows what it is. Like a mark or a tell. Every time it has that, all the other AIs are going to figure out, wait a second, this is giving it away. We need to compensate. And that compensation, every time humans figure out a way to identify it, the AI is going to immediately assimilate and figure out how they identified it and work around it. And we're eventually going to hit a point where there are so many things that change that now the real videos and the real images and the real works are going to be hitting the flags of possibly AI. Because now the differences are so subtle that like the real work has things that look like it's AI and the AI has things that look like the real work, and you're not going to be able to fucking tell anymore. Ugh. And when we hit that point, we can no longer trust our eyes. We can no longer trust our ears. We can no longer trust anything except for what we see and touch and feel in person. And even then, who knows if you can trust it with the way robotics is going. Right. Fuck, if they figure out how to create a robot that looks like a goddamn human at some point, then we got Cylons running around. You know what I mean? From Battlestar fucking Galactica. Yeah. I don't think we're anywhere near that, but I'm just saying it's like we are headed for a time where it's like once you mix robotics and AI, all the factory jobs are gone. There's going to be nobody at Amazon putting things in box. There's going to be no delivery drivers. It's going to be self-driving trucks with drones popping out the back and flying and doing the final half-mile delivery. Amazon's going to increase the revenue by 90%, firing 99% of their workforce. And the only people that are still going to have jobs are the people that either the government demands that there's jobs there for some kind of accountability, or the business does not trust it to robots for whatever reason, right? Because some bias or something like that or fear. But as time goes on, that'll become alleviated. And remember, we live in a capitalist society where your goal as a publicly traded large company is to make money for your investors. which means if you can't afford to be an investor and grow with the profits from all that AI and robotics, and you're on the lower side of the working class, there's going to be more of you looking for jobs and less jobs for that group, which is going to drive down the wages offered. Because businesses are going to be like, oh, I don't mind having a human if it's cheaper than the AI, so we'll pay you $20,000 a year. And people are going to be like, that's not a living wage, but it's better than zero, which is the alternative because 50 people are fighting for that job. That's what I'm worried about. That's the biggest thing I'm worried about.
Till the plebes rise up.
Yep, plebes rise up. I will tell you this, though. Everybody, do everything you can to learn about AI. Poison the absolute ever-living fuck at it the most you can, especially the cloud AIs. The open source ones, not so much because we have access to those and we can use those to our advantage. But remember, all the cloud AIs, the access that we have is not to the same newest, shiniest model that they retain for themselves. So they will always be a step ahead. So poison the shit out of that stuff. Create honeypots, create websites, rabbit holes that suck them down and feed them and poison information and put shit in there. Anything you can possibly do to slow them down. Because here's the one thing. Once they train in bad data, they can't just pull out that one bad piece of data. They have to go back and remove all the training and all the epochs up to that point, including everything else that trained around it. Like because the way the system works with the weightings and the chains, they have to go back and wipe out the whole thing. They can't just take out a chunk. So if you poison it, they either have to keep the poison in and compensate with more cycles to put more shit and waste context on fighting it in their service prompt, or they have to create a Lua on top of it to defeat it, which also takes up more memory and more context, or they have to just ditch the whole thing and restart the training and hope they don't get poisoned again. So, and the more time that these AIs get poisoned, the more that humans are going to have to vet each site that trains in, which will slow them down astronomically. If a human has to vet every single site and pull the data and spoon feed it to the AI, these things will learn at a fraction of the speed they could before, allowing the open AIs to catch up. So learn how to poison AIs, poison the absolute ever-living fuck out of them, and have a damn good time doing it with a smile on your face, knowing that you're probably saving the world. Oh, my God. Let's see what... I think we had like one more quick topic here. Let's see here. The OpenAI fears Surface. We talked about that already. Did we cover every topic for once?
We did.
My God, right at almost 2 o'clock. Does anybody got any quick questions in the next 2 minutes before we shut down?
Do a little AMA.
Little AMA. Hit us with it, guys. Come on.
What do you want?
Let's see what you got. What you really, really want.
Right. We'll play a little game of what does Houston know about.
Let's see what do we got. Dude, you know the weirdest fucking knowledge, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You're literally. My wife always gets after me because like I can remember the name of like a bunch of awkward Stargate characters and Star Trek characters, but I can't remember any important shit. It's like all the insignificant shit stuck to my long-term memory, but all the important shit just faded away.
Dude, and what's weird is like what triggers some of the memories. It's like there's all kinds of shit in there. It's just like I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. And then there'll be one weird word, and it's like, oh yeah. And then I hate that. That kind of drives me nuts. I wish I could pull it out easier. Thoughts on Spider-Man? I liked it. It was longer than I expected it to be. I didn't look up how long the movie was going to be, but it was. I thought it was like winding down.
I feel like movies in general are getting longer.
To an extent, it depends on the kind of movie, I guess.
That's true. The person that made it. There's some people that just make really long movies.
I think you recommended a brand for inexpensive IEMs a while back.
Yeah.
Moondrop or something. They make
did
good
you
ones.
recommend someone? Because I recommended. I think they were called like KMS or going KMS.
Yeah, Moondrop Labs. They have a Moondrop. They have a wide range of IEMs from like $20 to like $200, and I have consistently seen them rated as tip top. Moondrop.
These are the ones I like. If you got $23, these are awesome. So let me get a link here.
And like I said, they got crazy, like fancy, super fancy, crazy ones, all the way down to like $20, $22, $25. And I've consistently heard of these, like time and time again, all over Reddit, all over. And I get the vibe that there are a lot of Amazon like dupes of these. But yeah,
these actually look pretty cool. How much are they?
They range from like $20.
Oh God, $1,500 for their flagship. Jesus Christ!
Up to crazy much. And that's come on. It can't be because of the hardware. That's got to be because they got like gold or something plugged into the back.
I mean, it's fucking adamantium drivers or something.
Yeah, they have true. I think they have true wireless earbuds. They have wired IEM.
Oh shit, they got $20 ones on here.
Yeah. That's what I say. They're like from 20 to crazy. So
the link I posted there. I have 2 pairs of those. They're $23. Sometimes they fluctuate by a few dollars up and down on Amazon, but $23. I think I got mine for 20 during a Black Friday thing. Sure. They sound absolutely phenomenal for what they are, and they actually come with a high quality cable. But I'll tell you this, if you spend $10 more and buy a balanced cable and you have a DAC that has a balanced cable, it like doubles the power to them and they sound infinitely better. I bought a $10 cable, so you're in at like $35 total with the balanced cable. And if you have a DAC, these things sound they punch way above their weight. Like I use them when I'm playing on my simulator. I pop these in and I run them literally with an adapter off the PS2 controller, and they sound phenomenal. They require almost no power to drive. And I'd say I like them every bit as much as my $700 Sures. Oh. So and they're full metal. They're full metal, and the cable is like super nice quality that comes with it. Even though you can get a better cable for like $10.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know how they spend.
Kevlar once about IEMs because I wanted to plug it into my PlayStation. Right. Listen.
Yep.
So I did go through the TV, and he read me the riot act about it.
Oh yeah. Don't go through the TV.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
It boiled down to like, don't do that. Like IEMs are trash. Don't do that. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So some people are really against IEMs, but I personally love them.
Okay. Sorry, I asked.
Because here's the thing, I have a pair of IEMs that sound every bit as good as my really expensive headphones, and they have the same sound stage and everything, but they're massive and kind of uncomfortable, so I don't wear them all the time. They have 8 drivers in them, so imagine how big they have to be to have 8 fucking drivers in them.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, like IEMs, they're convenient. They don't make your ears sweat as much. The only reason I don't wear them when I'm live streaming is because realistically, one, I don't have a long enough cable because they usually have pretty short cables on them, so they had to go to something like really close to you. And the other reason is they do tend to hurt your ears if you have them in for hours and hours and hours. But I will tell you this, you know what changes the sound of an IEM the most is the little foam tip on them, or the little, if you get IEMs with rubber tips, change the rubber tips out with soft, dense foam, changes the whole sound, like the whole bass profile and everything will dramatically change. So, like my KZs that I have here, I put on some foam when the little rubber ones that came with it, I ditched those and put some foam ones on I had sitting around. Also improved the sound quality immensely. So yeah, you can take some of these cheap IEMs and actually get really decent sound. Now, it's not going to be like studio monitor completely flat, none of that. Of course not. But it'll sound it actually sounds really good, really respectable, very, very low noise. I like them. I for the money, you can't fucking beat it for $24. Seriously. Look, it has 2,600 reviews on here. It's like 4.6 stars on Amazon. And that's not even the big one. There's another person selling the same ones, and it's like 40-some thousand sales, and it's close to 5 stars. It's like for the money, you really can't complain. But I'm looking at it now. It looks like KZ, the same company, now makes some that are like $17.
Nice.
And it looks like they're more plasticky and less metal, but that doesn't mean the drivers inside of them aren't the same ones or as good. So, but yeah, the KZs I've had good luck with. The build quality is like way better than what you'd expect. They use a standard cable that a lot of other IEMs use, so it's like really easy to buy aftermarket cables and replacements. So worth a go. Now, audiophiles like Adam, he's going to tell you, fuck off, get away from their garbage. Don't touch that shit with the 10-foot pole. But I'm not talking about like for the audiophile listeners. I'm talking about for somebody who just wants a decent sounding pair of IEMs because they don't want to run on a treadmill with headphones on, or they want to play a video game and not have big cans on their head. There's a market for everything. Like, why am I wearing these headphones right now? Instead of that, because they're closed back and they're comfortable. Why am I not wearing my hi-fis? Because they're open back and they're uncomfortable unless I'm laying down, because they weigh like 5 pounds, and when you move your head, they like flop all over the place. It's like they're only good when you're like sitting down. So it's like headphones for me are like golf clubs.
Open back headphones are comfortable and they don't flop around.
No, the Sennheisers are actually really comfortable. If they weren't open back, I would totally use them. I would totally use them. You know what I should do is just 3D print back plates, cover plates for them, and stick them on there. Just so I have my little 3D printed cover plates.
Cover there.
That would actually be pretty funny. I should do that, like little monikers on them, little Barnacules Nerdgasm cover plates on the back. Open back headphones are not designed to sound good when you close them in. Like if you ever put your hands over them, they sound like absolute dog shit. Right. All right, did anybody ask any questions? Let's see. Ultimate Ears make the best IEMs.
What's that?
Any opinions on the Pixel Buds Pro 2? I've never used them.
I don't know. I have these ones by Anchor.
Oh, I did. Anchor. I swear to God, Anchor makes everything.
The Soundcore P30i. They cost me about $40.
Wow. You know what I do want to try that I never tried is those bone conducting ones like they have on Quarter Crew. You know those fucking things they all wear?
Yeah, sure.
I've heard that they sound way better than you would think for a bone conducting headphone.
I think they use the Shock, SHOKZ or something like that.
SHOKZ?
think.
Because I was like, I kind of want to try them. Because I don't really care about, audio quality to my feedback, like when I'm streaming. But it'd be nice to have my ears open to the environment, no feedback from the microphone and background noise.
Oh, sure.
Into my ears but still hear it, like through the bone conduction. Shit. Okay, so they make a cheap one that's like $79, but like the one that they use looks like it's about $200.
Yeah.
So I guess that's not terrible.
There's a variety, man. You get cheap Chinesium ones off of fucking.
That's
Amazon
true. They are all over the place.
$45.
Oh yeah, there's a $39 one. Yeah. So holy shit.
They like squeeze right in front of your ear hole. Usually they'll rest right in front.
Let's see. They sound quite tinny. I have a pair for running. Yeah, I've heard that the audio is not like you wouldn't want to listen to music with them. Like they're just good for like being able to hear your phone and do calls and stuff while still hearing your ambient environment.
Yeah.
How do you feel about $40 to $80 retro gaming handhelds loaded with ROMs? I mean, illegal as fuck, but go for it, dude. Knock yourself out.
Go for it. Yeah, whatever.
I have no elite gaming companies have fucked over customers so much lately and fired so many people, especially Nintendo. They have done so much shit in bad faith. Fuck them all, pirate whatever you want, do whatever you want, knock yourself out. They're fuck them. Seriously.
Nintendo wasn't such fucking buttheads and would actually like put out some of their older stuff at like a reasonable cost. I'm not paying $60 to play fucking old school Mario games and stuff. Like that's ridiculous, dude. Like it's just crazy. Go ahead, pirate that shit. All the Pokemon, dude. What blows my mind too, like I scrub through Facebook Marketplace sometimes. Somebody's trying to get $125 for a cart, like a legit cartridge of Pokemon Fire Red from GBA, the Game Boy Advance. I'm like, fuck you, man. There's got to be 1 million of those, like 300 million of those cartridges out there. You're just trying to get $125. Fuck you. Like that's ridiculous. This is not a rare game. This is like Fire Red was at the height of Pokemon craziness, and you're trying to think, oh, this is an original cart from the Game Boy Advance. No, I don't care. There's got to be millions of them out there, and like it's just, it's irritating.
I feel like anything Pokemon has been like just priced through the fucking roof though lately.
It's crazy. So I'm trying to get $250 for a yellow Game Boy Color with Pokemon Yellow.
Tell me this though, do you think they'll get it? Like, is it the market hot enough? You think somebody will pay for it?
Yeah, the yellow one, the Pokemon Yellow one, because it's like a special edition Game Boy Color. It was a yellow, like
because I want to say, isn't there a Game Boy Pokemon game? It's like $1,000 that collectors go after. It's like the Holy Grail. There's like a blue and a red one on the original Game Boy, and they're like super fucking rare or something. Because the battery dies in them or something, it no longer works.
Like, no, you can get in there and freaking replace the battery. Like, that's what drives me nuts. Even the old school one. You want to go all the way back to the original Game Boy, the original Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Red.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, like the OG Game Boy.
There's no way they're that rare. I can't believe it. I saw it. I was at like Value Village or one of the like thrift store like that, and yeah, they wanted like $200 for like an original Game Boy Pokemon Red. Like that's insane. I
think people know that physical media is going away and physical games are going away. They're just trying to capitalize on it. Like it's going to be gone in a blink.
No way that it's that rare to demand that kind of price. I can't buy it.
I used to be against piracy in general, but yeah, after all the shit I've seen with the game companies and Sony saying they're not going to sell media and everything's going to be leasing games, not owning them and getting your shit taken away in store. Fuck it. Go download anything you want, fucking hack it, do whatever you want now at this point. If they're going to be dickheads about it, then I don't feel for them anymore.
Yeah, Mike Serene, yeah, if you want a complete inbox, sure. I can understand maybe paying $200-$300 for that. For like the original complete inbox, all that stuff, sure, fine. Right, like I paid $60 for a cartridge of Chrono Trigger with just the instruction manual and the cartridge back in fucking 2000 or something. So like, yeah, I get that, but I'm just talking like just the cartridge, right? And maybe they've swapped the battery. They want $200 for the original cartridge. They can't be that rare. I cannot believe it. They produced that game for like 3 years, and
I know, super popular, right?
There's no way they're that rare. I can't buy it. I just cannot believe it. What is it, 25 years old? And you're going to tell me that there's that few of those
I just wonder if so many of them got neglected and broken and shit, there actually aren't that many around anymore, you know? Some shit is like that, like where they made like 1 million of them, it all decomposed and fell apart, so only a few good ones still exist.
Yeah.
You never know. That didn't stop, but it's Nintendo. They usually make shit that like survives children like eating it and shitting it out 5 times throughout its life, so... But yeah. All right, it's 2:11. Dude, I'm about falling asleep, so I gotta get the fuck out of here once. Yeah, I'm gonna take a very, very long nap.
Sleep it up.
You guys have yourself a wonderful weekend. Thank you for showing up for Tech Talk today, and thank you for all the support, you wonderful, wonderful people that can afford it. And for the rest of you guys, I hope everything goes good for you and life is good. Get outside, touch some graphs, have some fun, do something fun. Don't stay mad all the time like Barnacules, okay? Spend your life better. Do better.
Yeah.
Be
good.
Be good.
Be nice.
All right. And Aux, I love your face. I will pay you eventually. I swear. I swear on my mother. My mother's infinite Christian soul. I will provide you your money.
I know where you live.
I know you do. All right. Take it easy, guys. See you, Aux. Have a great